Moon gang. Hello. What is going on? What is going on? What a Tuesday, folks. What a Tuesday morning. Well, maybe it's not your morning. Whatever it is, morning, afternoon, evening, night, doesn't really matter, because I hope you are having an absolutely phenomenal one right here. Coming out of the gate, what a day to be in. Right here, we have AMC gapping up, currently trading at 37.30. You guys know it. We're looking for the test and the breakout at 38. I've been beating that 38 drum, and that's the first level I want to see test. And I mean, honestly, we could be testing it like right out of the gate, minute 1, minute 2, all very, very possible. Here, let me move this so you guys can see this a little bit better. So 38, very, very important, but AMC looking nice. In pre-market trading, it is up 52 cents, up 1.42%. GameStop also up, almost up a full percent, up 0.86, trading at 166.30. Right now, the Russell 2000 also looking to gap up, but the S&P 500, I guess it's slightly green, but it's pretty much neutral. So we love tracking the Russell 2000, obviously, because AMC is a part of it, and it seems to provide headwinds and tailwinds for what is going on with AMC. And then GME used to be in it. It hasn't been since late June. Now it's in the mid-cap sector, not really the small-cap sector. But overall, man, I mean, I got up this morning, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm in this habit of right away opening it up to see where we at. And man, I must have got in around here, and already big smile on my face, because we did close out yesterday sub 37 on AMC. We were at 36.78. So as soon as I saw 37, it's just telling me we have momentum. Right now, the bulls, the apes, the ducks, the tigers, whatever you want to call us, we have some very, very nice momentum. And I want to see this 38. And here, maybe I could zoom out here, just so you know. Yesterday, the S&P 500 hit a new all-time high. I'm definitely looking for a continuation up to 450. In terms of the Russell 2000, a lot of strength. I'm looking for a continuation to this trend line between 221 and 221.50. Look for that breakout there. If it does break out there, very, very good for AMC. And then obviously S&P 500, that'll be good for the AMC and GME as it continues to move upwards. So overall, we're looking strong there. Why is my thing jumping? The autofocus? Autobots? What's going on with the Autobots? All right, I think we're good. Maybe I just need to be closer to the camera. Ooh, officially rocking the 354 short. We have the nice embroidery 354. This one's all for sorry, Charlie. All right, anyway, back to AMC. So I think we could see it better here on the 2 hour. Look at this. This is how important 38 is. Rejection yesterday, rejection on August 18th, rejection on August 17th, rejection on August 10th, and then tons. We have another rejection July 23rd, some support in here, some consolidation, another rejection. Overall, no matter how you slice it, clearly the stock is reacting to $38. So this, in a certain way, when you're looking at the technicals of it, and it could be kind of considered, if we get above that, kind of confirming the breakout from this trend line that we've been following ever since that crazy run up in June. Right here, we just have this trend line, rejection, and then finally yesterday we had a breakout. So I think a break above 38, and especially a close above 38, would be a nice confirmation that this is an official breakout. And then once we get into this region, I do have it marked as red just because we have all of this crap from previously between 40 and 42. So in the June timeframe, we had a bunch of support, then more support, then it was acting as resistance, a little bit of consolidation, more resistance. So above 38, I do think it's relatively gonna be an okay trip up to the 39, the high 39s, but 40 to 42, I am predicting that it'll be a bit of a fight, and that'll make it so much sweeter when we break above 42, we close above it and have easy sailing up to 46. So these are the major levels I will be watching. Of course, throughout the stream as things are developing, I'll map out intraday resistance, support, all that good jazz. But the name of the game today is to see what happens at 38 on test number gazillion, and then above 38 we'll be watching 40 to 42 to put it all in like kind of basic terms. In terms of GME is having its own wedge breakout. Not a wedge that goes back to the craziness in early June. This is more of a recent wedge, but a wedge breakout nonetheless, and also exceeding past 164 where it struggled for all of mid-August. So if we hold this, I mean, let's watch 170, these previous spikes, and then really it goes right up to 174 to 176. So above GME, above 169, I think nicely sets up a test of 175. But overall, AMC and GME looking very, very nice today. I'm excited to see the type of momentum and the follow through we get on them. In terms of crypto, Bitcoin was officially rejected at 50,000, but we are still seeing a pattern of these higher lows. So what I would say on Bitcoin is watch 49,000 and watch 49,900. See which one is broken first. Are we going to make a new high or are we going to make a new low? That's how I would pay attention to that. Ethereum going flat at 3,300. Doge holding on to 31 cents, staying strong above 30 cents. And then right here, we also have Mmat that on the 2-hour chart, not currently looking the best. We're seeing some lower highs and some same lows. So we do have this kind of a bearish wedge going on. It's not the craziest thing to see these break in an inverse manner. So if you're paying attention to Mmat, I would look for it to get above $1.63 and then see how it reacts to this trend line. And then of course, I've been throwing out some update videos and stuff on Cardano, getting me excited about that. Remember, Cardano, we do have a fundamental development with it. That will be the Alonzo hard fork, where on their proof of stake consensus model, attempting to go live with smart contracts. And that's one of the interesting things that really sets Ethereum apart. That's why we have these DeFi applications. That's why we have NFTs. So Cardano stepping into the league and arena with like the big boxers. And I honestly think that they are going to pull it off. But once again, it could be a lot of excitement and enthusiasm that carries ADA all the way up to September 12th when we're trying to see what's going to actually be going on with the Alonzo hard fork. So if you want to know more about that, I did post some update videos. By no means, I'm not saying that I'm the source of truth and the expert crypto miner. Like for me, I'm learning as I go with it. I feel a lot more comfortable in the worlds of stock and options, but I figure, hey, crypto, worthwhile to learn about. And as I am learning, I just kind of want to share that experience with some of you. And honestly, the amount of messages and stuff I've gotten, you guys have taught me so much about it. So that's some little fun extra content that I just like doing. But overall, right now, AMC, GME looking strong. Love GME above 164. AMC would love to see this breakout of 38. It's going to be a good day. All right, hang on. Did I already miss some questions? Shoot, I did. All right, before I get to the questions, let me quickly give you the Ortex numbers. Okay, AMC, they've already borrowed 1.2 million against it. Market has not even opened with a net of 1.06 million. That's a short interest of 18.2%. For GME, they've already borrowed 92,000 with a net of 72, and that puts its short interest at 11.1%. So what's nice on GME is recently the short interest was trending downward, but now we're seeing an uptick. GME did get all the way up to, I guess, let's call it 17, but now we're seeing that it kind of based and we're picking back up off of 10. So we're back up to 11.15. Would love to see GME short interest to continue to get back up to the 12, 13, 14, 15. I want to see it slowly climb upward, which would be nice. And we're also seeing some volume finally return to it. GME, hopefully, not really its price. Well, I guess in a way you could associate it with its price, but more so of I hope we bottom out on the lack of interest. Like, it does seem like interest, enthusiasm, volume coming back. So very excited to see that in GME. I don't know necessarily what prompted that. We even saw that a little bit in AMC, not to such a degree, but I think a lot of it potentially could have been just the summertime, like July, August. It's the first summer in 2 full years that people are going out. People are literally just not consuming technology. They're not watching videos. They're not on Twitter. People are literally just not trading. So I'm hoping as we get to the end of this month, specifically Labor Day here in the US, I hope that kind of represents the end of these vacations and these breaks, and people are getting back to kind of how we were before, as in paying attention to the market a lot more than we previously have. All right, let me get some of these questions. Where were we? L4G custom fabrication. Oh, daughter. Good morning, Matt. Happy birthday. Calling PXWL this morning. AMC to the moon and beyond. Adventure Joe is calling out PXWL. Waski Vildix. Wall Street Viking, what's going on? Good morning. Pumped about AMC. Any thoughts on SPRT today? SPRT above 1185 is, I think, could go. That's my next level on SPRT. I am long on SPRT, just so everyone knows. I don't have a position in the Russell 2000, but I'm long on AMC, long on GameStop, and long on SPRT. And let me just get the weekly chart here so we could all see this a bit better. So this is why I'm watching 1185, because we have these triple tops right here from February in 2012, April in 2012, and also January in 2014, all roughly in the high 11s. So between, I guess 1150 to 1185, that's why I was watching 1185. And past that, I would be watching roughly 1375, maybe 1250 first. So I guess the high 11, somewhere between 1150 and 1185, then 1250, and then 1375, but looking very, very strong on SPRT. I don't know how much of a community support SPRT truly has. That's obviously something you need to ask yourself if you think it is a legitimate short play. But does it have the numbers it needs to be a short play? I would argue very much so. Let me double check the short interest on SPRT. SPRT has a short interest of 70%. So it does have the numbers it needs, and it's a low float. I could see this thing doing something pretty crazy, but with it, what's the best way to word this? Okay, don't be greedy. There's no way SPRT has the same size of the community that's going to diamond hand AMC and GME. So with AMC and GME, I think it's reasonable to be like, hang on, like ups, downs. I could probably diamond hand this because there's so much community support. SPRT, I would say if you see a hard rejection at one of these levels, don't be greedy. Be happy with your gains because it's something insane that's playing out, but I do not put it in the same league of community support that I would AMC or GME. Do I think it's a very legitimate play that can make a lot of people a lot of money? Well, yeah. I mean, I have calls on it and I'm up quite a bit on those calls, but I am treating it differently. I'm going to closely watch my levels of resistance, and if I see a hard rejection at any of those, I'm out, cool, and then I have more money for AMC, for GME, for whatever else I want. But with it, I'm looking at this as, like I said, just I want to be careful with how I articulate it, because I don't think you should be thinking of SPRT as the same as AMC or GME solely because does it have community support? Yes, but the community support is like in this very quickly for a squeeze, make a lot of money out, while you have more of diehard supporters of AMC and GME that I don't personally see on SPRT. So I would definitely classify it as a shorter time frame trade. Just so everyone knows. All right. Let me get this. All right. DMGMIL, shout out. Good morning. Ortex scores VRPX 90 size short squeeze trigger. Wait, Don Vito, that's not how Ortex scores stuff. Low float, high short interest, high utilization, very high cost of borrow. What am I missing? Looking for lemon pepper tendies. What is this one? VRPX. I have not heard of this one. VRPX. Is that how? I didn't know that Ortex scored like probabilities like that. I know that S3 Partners does some things like that. I do not like this chart at all. It shot up. It looks like it's already coming down. I would not do this one. It's a pharmaceutical play. Not a fan. What is this one? VRPX. Is this the right one? VRPX compared to SPRT. SPRT, in my opinion, is exponentially a better play than what I was seeing in the chart of VRPX. That one already looked weak. It looked like it already had its move. Morning, Matt. Let's go. Shout out. Occam's Phaser. Thank you for gifting that sub. PXLW. This is shouting out to Adventure Joe. This one's moving. It's a semiconductor play. So maybe it's moving and it's right at resistance. I don't know if I would chase that. If it keeps pushing, I would watch the low sixes between 612 and 620. And after that, 7. In the semiconductor industry, I still like NVIDIA and AMD the best. KH4NDA, shout out, becoming a member. Enjoy the content. Thoughts on XCAD, possibilities of functionality across social network platforms. XCAD. I don't know enough about it, of its background. I mean, I could check out its chart just to see what's going on there. Chart not looking the best. So since I don't know fundamentally what it's attempting to do and the team behind it, I'd be a little bit hesitant. But from a technical perspective, I'm not the biggest fan of the chart. Looks like it might be coming down to right below $1. And maybe that would be a better investment point. But this is also comparing it to Tether on KuCoin. Sounds like a bit of an obscure one. I think today AMC will break the $40 resistance. JS, I would love that. I mean, to me, a perfect way for this to play out. I think an absolutely perfect way for this to play out today would be a quick run up and snap of 38. Like we just run up and then we kind of drift to 40. Maybe we poke our head above 40 and then get knocked down, let the RSI cool off. And I would love ending the day in that region between 40 and 42. And then tomorrow we get the test and breakout of 42. I think that would be like, if I could write the game plan for today, I think that would be healthy in terms of the technicals. It would be enough for people to pay attention, be like, hang on, is this like a play I really want to be involved in? I think there could be a lot going on if that was the scenario, if I could write the storybook. But obviously, let's take that a step at a time. First up is just 38. That's what I'm 100% going to be watching right out of the gate. All right, we have about 12 minutes. Hang on, let me go back to the 15-minute on this. S&P 500 looking strong. Russell 2000 looking strong. The tailwinds are definitely favoring us right now. Definitely favoring us. She is, don't just look at the chart, look at the data. She is priming VRPX. No, I mean, for me, I'm a very technical trader, so I'm going to look at the chart. And no matter the data, the important thing is the chart. I mean, that's the price level. Like, no matter if you're looking at the fundamentals, the short interest, any of that, all of it, the entire story plays out in the chart. So I would disagree with that of not looking at the chart. The chart looks weak to me and something has to be going on there. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I'm not saying it's play. I'm a little hesitant whenever it comes to the pharmaceutical industry because you see a lot of things like SESN previously where FDA approval or it doesn't get approval or it loses a drug or there's a good test or bad test. It's too binary. And my field of expertise is by no means the pharmaceutical world. So I'm not the one that could be like, okay, hang on, this drug will have good efficacy. It won't have good efficacy. So with it, I'm much more, my background is in tech, so I can speak more accurately about semiconductors such as NVIDIA or AMD or Amazon's AWS or Microsoft or Apple. I get the technology field a lot more than I get the pharmaceutical field. And I highly implore all of you, trade what you know. You have an expertise in something. What industry do you work in? The industry you work in, you inherently know so much more about it. If you work in the restaurant industry, maybe look at those: McDonald's, Texas Roadhouse, Darden, all those. Trade what you know, folks. It's going to be a lot easier for you just because that's where your knowledge is. You'll get the terminology. You'll be able to spot things that other people won't. Be like, hang on, does this add up? Does it not add up? And for me, it's just the pharmaceutical world is not where my knowledge really lies, so I tend to avoid it. All right, Occam's Phaser, shout out. Whoa, Occam's Phaser, gifting a lot of subs right there. Taylor Page, what's going on? Can you check on Telecoin, my ape leader? I know it's taking a breather after big run up, but curious about TA. All right, Telecoin. Shout out Clubfoot Billy. What is Telecoin doing? Telecoin to, I guess we could compare it to right here. Yeah, I mean, it ran up, and if it doesn't hold this, it looks like it's going to fall even farther. Could come back down to 2 cents. I would be a little bit hesitant about this one. I don't know much about it. It looks like it's just some super cheap coin, but we have seen super cheap coins run in the past. But when you're playing around with these super cheap coins, you have to really know what they're about, their leadership team. What problem are they attempting to solve? I wouldn't just be like, oh, this had a crazy run up. Like, I'd want to know more about it. That's why, for example, I trust so much more in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano because I get what they're trying to do. I don't know much about Telcoin, but the chart does look weak. All right, we did that. Sam, hey Matt, what do you think about Lucid? Do you think it has a chance to short squeeze? Is it a highly shorted stock? LCID. Lucid. This is an EV play, so I like it as a longer term investment. It's short interest. Not really. It's 7.7%. That's okay. Like, you might get some move, but you're not going to get some sort of like groundbreaking mother of all short squeezes. So not only is it short interest low, but a lot of people who are in it aren't in it for a short squeeze. They like it because they like the EV sector. So I don't know if I would look at Lucid Motors as a short squeeze. I would look at it as an EV play in the US for the luxury market. Shout out LEXA. Shout out Lipster. Let's get the squeeze going. I need to fix my work van's exhaust today. Thoughts on LKCO chart? It's an autonomous vehicle. LKCO, I mean, when it comes to autonomous vehicles, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a play that's currently better than Tesla. And that's really because it just has so much notoriety. The narrative around Elon Musk, Tesla, it's all massively beneficial to the stock. This one, not even commentary on its industry, but this one might just be like, hang on, you might be catching a change in trend. A bear trend might be bouncing, and the risk reward is a nice setup. You could risk 120 and maybe you could target $1.90, you could target 225, you could even target all the way up at 3. The risk reward on this is good, but I don't know much about like its fundamentals. Have you watched Astro Proof of Manipulation? It scares me for a simple fact. We are not in control. We are just watchers. It blew my mind. I have not seen that particular one, L4G fabrication. I will check it out though. Big Bad Bear, who are you trying to scare? You've already lost. The question is the cost. We post memes of big rocket ships when margin calls. You'll be like, new phone, who dis? We are apes, and it should be clear these diamond hands have no fear. Shout out Ryan S. Kicking us off. I like that. If there was a ghost kitchen ETF, I'd be all over that. In the meantime, good morning, you big, beautiful, stinky apes. And if you're Palo, a politician, you'll know everything and outperform the market consistently. Hey, RVVTF chart. So the fact that it's 5 letters means that it's going to be on the OTC market. Joshua, I do not like trading it. If you think that our normal market has a lack of regulations that you find to be frustrating, the OTC market is even less regulated. Those 5-letter ones, be careful with it, or it might end up being a mutual fund. You have to look into it, but not the biggest fan. I don't like with mutual funds even. I'd rather just trade an ETF. XCLA, a short squeeze play. I don't know about that one either. When it comes to a short squeeze play, I mean, it's hard to find one that's a better candidate than AMC and GME. I would put those as tier 1, and under that, maybe tier 2 right now would be SPRT. But no, XCLA does not. It doesn't even have a short interest of 5%. It's sub 5. I would not look at XCLA for a squeeze play. Could you please check VET? Wondering if there's possible gap fill in the uptrend. VET. Well, it skipped a gap. Now you have a weird double gap. So it gapped down, then gapped up, weird double gap. So I think eventually these gaps would be filled, but I think you're watching this gap up here to $7. Possible. I don't know any clue what this company is, but it technically would just be buying on weakness, which buying on weakness is better than chasing strength. So you could pay attention to it, but you would have to either risk 580 or 550. So I don't like that risk reward setup, but maybe you do. I don't think I would throw my money in this. It's some energy company. Oh, wait. Overall, this thing has been in a massive downtrend. All right. I changed my answer on this one. I mean, all this thing has done from 2016 is sell off, sell off, sell off. I don't think I would mess around with this one. Selling. You can't fight that trend that hard. I mean, that's a pretty bearish trend. Whoa, we don't want to leave. All right, we are a couple minutes out, so let's switch to the 1 minute, folks. Let's get ready. Lots of great questions already this morning. All right, 1 minute. We are ready to rock, team. Remember, GameStop, out of the gate, watch 169. We want to break above that, then 175. For AMC, watch 38. After that, the closer to 40, the better. Let's get ready with this thing. I'm ready. Let's get ripping. Matt, Google Yarbor versus the Hedgies. Okay, I don't know what that is, Johnny, so I'll have to check that out. Texas Roadhouse predictions, to the moon, obviously. When you have ribs that are that good, when you have that butter, the cinnamon butter, whatever that is, that good, I mean, obviously that restaurant, probably one of the only verified restaurants that will be on the moon with us. Shout out to all the apes in Israel. Thanks for all you're doing with the community. Keep it up. Shout out. I appreciate all the subs. Shout out to the apes in Israel. All right, let's get ready, folks. I have the bell. We have the bell ready. We have the 354. Sorry, Charlie shirt on. IWM looking good. S&P 500 looking good. SPY. That's the ETF for it. Russell 2000, S&P 500 looking good. AMC, let's see if it gets ripping today. At one point today, remind me, I do want to talk about the options chain. We are seeing more and more bets being placed on the 40s for this Friday, which I think could be awesome. You need a cowbell. Someone just Triggle TV, Texas Roadhouse is gross. Please be careful with comments like that. My mods are very nice people, but even they have their own limits. Triggle TV. Be very, very careful with anti-Texas Roadhouse comments. My mods and myself will put up with a lot, but we even have our own lines. All right, let's get ready, folks. Let's get ready for the bell. Let's get ready. Or text tweet on SPRT. I mean, the short interest is 70%. Ding. Casino is open, folks. It is open. Let's see how we are going to start today off. Remember, a lot of whipsaw very commonly in the first couple minutes. So let's calm, cool, collected. You know all about it. Party 100, let's go. Also new to Bitcoin Magazine 15 minutes ago, they confirmed MicroStrategy bought another 3K coins and now holds 2.9 million in Bitcoin. That is crazy. Shout out Joe Prime. All right, Matt Doran, you're asking about the NAOV chart. Let me write that down and I'll do it after market open. Let me get the old notebook out. The old notebook, NAOV. Whoa, lots of notes here. Lots of crypto notes, trying to learn some stuff. NAOV. NAOV. Got it written down. All right. AMC, you know where to go. Let's get that magnet rocking all the way up to 38. Let me get the magnet. Just so it knows exactly where to go today. No, we don't need the bouncy ball. We need the magnet. We need the magnet. Right there. All right, perfect. If you do have TradingView, I would highly appreciate it if you also put a magnet on your own chart. The more magnets, obviously, the better. The more magnets, the better. That's all we need. Moss magnets. Hey man, I heard Ken is moving to Philly after the squeeze. Word on the streets is he bought a tent down in Kensington. All right, we did that. Morning, Matt. The companies that lent their shares once the squeeze begins, they obviously don't have the shares to sell until the shorts buy back the shares. Thus, why we as retail have a great position on AMC. No. So, well, we have a great position, but not because of that. So if you lent yours out, you can still buy and then you don't have to wait for them to be returned, because as soon as you're trying to sell yours, if you're the original owner, if the brokerage doesn't have enough for you to actually sell, then they'll force a buy-in on the shorts. So if you lend yours out, you can still get out of your position pretty much when you want. And that gets into the situation of brokers forcing buy-ins on shorts. We have a great position because of the community support, the technical uptrend, and the high short interest, not because of the mechanisms of the institutions who are long on AMC lending their shares out. My second question is, if our broker lends out our shares, how does that impact our ability to sell during the squeeze? I turned it off because I turned mine off, but curious. Joe Miami, you'll be good to sell with it. And that's what I was just saying of, if the broker doesn't have enough shares for people to sell, that's when they force buy-ins upon shorts. Good morning, all. AMC will hit 42 today. I love that, AJ. Danny, shout out for subscribing. Super chat or text tweet on SPRT. Or text tweet on SPRT. It's probably just saying that the short interest is 70%, I would assume, without reading it. All right, AMC, they try to scare us right off the bat, and now we're bouncing back. AMC currently trading at 37.14. GME currently trading at 167. Remember, AMC we're watching 38. GME we are watching 169. S&P 500 taking a little bit of a hit, but the Russell 2000 is holding. SPRT, short squeeze trading signal. All three types of short squeeze signal were generated based on the recent price interest and high short interest level on SPRT. Ortex trading signals are based on historical performance and not investment advice. Trading signal identifies squeeze events with a high conviction but may trigger too late or recommend a holding period that would result in a significant loss. That is from Ortex on their Twitter talking about SPRT. SPRT, where is that at anyway? S&P 500 taking a hit right now. Let's throw up SPRT. SPRT, remember, I'm watching that region between 1150 and 1185, namely 1185. GME showing a bit of strength at 167.50. Would love to see that up to 169. And AMC looks like it wants to snap through 37.30. As I'm saying it, we are getting that snap. Watch the run and rally up to 38. 38 is very, very important. We were rejected there in borderline infinite an amount of times. We want this time to be different. Every time we come up to it, we are soaking up supply at that level. They can't hold that. We're just pounding on that door at 38, and I think it can only soak up so much supply before we successfully break through. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that today is that day, and then I want to see a beautiful rally into that region between 40 and 42. And obviously, the higher the better, but at a certain point, we still have to pay attention to the RSI. We can't have it being too overbought. We don't want our rocket engines to get too hot. And with it, we all know about some of the shenanigans that go on with market halts. I would love to just always push the edge of a market halt without getting halted. Like if we can always be like right below the percentage gain we need over whatever time period to be right below a halt, that would be amazing. All right, GME coming up to its first level, 169. Look for it to exceed 169, and then from there, we're watching 175. 169 at resistance. Thus far, got rejected at 168.68. So I guess what, off by 32 cents, but we're watching. We're seeing some strength. IWM is pushing. This will be very good for AMC, folks. Right now, AMC is up 1.6% on the day. GME's up 2.25% on the day. We are seeing some strength. SPRT, pay attention for this to get back above 1140, its current intraday high. What's Cardano doing? It's at 275, taking a breather. Bitcoin is at 48,400. Dogecoin is now below 30 cents. Ethereum, 3,250. AMC, moving. Moving. Oh, if you haven't already, no matter what platform you're on, I would appreciate it if you could drop a like, a Royal Rumble, a follow, a subscribe. That type of engagement helps me out. And so does this type of engagement. What you doing, Franklin? So Franklin's here. Now we gotta rip, folks. We can't not rip. Franklin, he's never seen a short squeeze. He's lived a very short life thus far. So it makes sense he hasn't seen a short squeeze. But Franklin, there's a lot of people who need you to watch the screen. Well, are you just going to take a nap? Dude? All right. I guess he's not that interested in it. But this has to be good news. Franklin shows up right when we get moving. AMC 37.80. We're 20 cents away from its test level. Support.com coming up. I said 11.85. What did it hit? 11.71. So we're kind of in that region where if it goes, the next stop might legitimately be 12.50. GameStop also moving, broke above 169. If it holds above 169, we are watching 175. GameStop getting some legs to it. IWM pushing. Guys, we are firing at all cylinders right now. Green. You gotta like it. What do we have here? Maybe we will be nice and offer jobs for the shorts at Texas Roadhouse. They can serve us. Watch your June 2nd stream. I think the tiger shirt catalyst is a problem for me. If you guys want, I can throw on the tiger shirt, the LT gray shirt for tomorrow. I want to try this one out, the 354 shirt. We have a nice embroidery. And thus far, it seems like it's a solid one for the day. All right, AMC coming up to its test right here at 38. SPRT still looking pretty strong, folks, if you're in that. Actually, I really don't check my SPRT position as much as I should, but it looks like we are cruising on that. Nice. All right, SPRT, I've been in this for a while. Nice. Up 118%. All right. We just hit 1186 on SPRT. This one's moving, folks. Moving. This might be the big old day for SPRT. I hope they all rip. Oh, see you, Franklin. Bye. Bye, Franklin. He's so rude. He never says bye back to me. Never says bye back to me. All right, SPRT looking strong, GME looking strong, AMC taking a little bit of like, man, it's getting scared right at this 38 level. It runs up to it. It's excited. It's almost kind of like Franklin in a way. Like he acts really aggressive, and then when he gets to another dog, he kind of gets like a little scared. That's what AMC's doing. It's like really aggressively running up to 38, and then it's like, whoa, man, do I actually want to do this? And it like Franklin, he forgets that he's like 10 pounds soaking wet. But hopefully this changes. Hopefully all of a sudden Franklin turns into like a gigantic pit bull or something and just rips right through 38. All right, SPRT blowing through 12. The Discord, the Moon Gang Discord is crushing this play. Absolutely crushing this play. So congrats to everyone, especially you, Seth Daddy. Next stop on SPRT is 1250. After that, 1375. AMC ran all the way up to 3795. We're looking for this base. Honestly, I don't hate this because what will happen, we run up, RSI cools off a bit, so we have a better chance to actually break through 38. So we just need a little bit of a reversion, and when it swings back around, I think that's when some day traders might start piling into AMC to get the $38 breakout. So let's pay attention. As soon as you see one green bar really kind of poke its head up, maybe get us into the range of 37.75, something like that, you could see some nice moves there. SBRT, someone just said going to get halted. Yeah, most likely. I bet it does get halted. I mean, all right, we just hit my next target, 1250. After this, I am watching 1375, so another $1.25 from here. If you're asking, is this your point to chase? I mean, no, you're kind of late to the party. People have been talking about SPRT for a while. I'm never, ever, ever a fan of chasing a runner. You want to get in when it's weak, and you want to get out when it's extremely strong. All right, AMC, come on, let's get this bend back around. I'm looking at this resistance now acting as support. We had resistance in minute 1 and resistance in minute 5 around 37.35, 37.40, seeing if it now acts as support, and this gives us our bend back around. I think in the region of 37.70, about 20 cents higher than where we are right now. I think that's when you're going to see day traders and dip buyers really start to come in and watch it. Watch for this reversal. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Wait, why is the volume not showing? There we go. I want to see the volume because it can be useful to see the various volume spikes. All right, volume, volume, volume. That's what we need. Here we go. So I think depending on how this bar closes, I think some day traders are going to get pretty interested right here. Don't sleep on GameStop. GameStop is moving. I'm telling you, 175 would be my next region of interest. Really 174 to 176. But if this minute bar closes up and we get this swing, watch for a volume pop. We're looking for this volume pop and a price action pop on AMC. And then that would make me extremely confident of the test of 38. Where's the volume? Where's the volume? AMC thus far has traded 7 million. Not too shabby for 13 minutes into the day. GME has traded 260,000. Honestly, for GME's recent volume trading, that's actually pretty good for GME. So we are moving. AMC is up 2%, GME is up 3.5%, and SPRT is up 10%. Very volatile over here. Looks like it's not successfully holding the 1250 level. It hit 1265, 1267, so overshot it by, 15 cents. But like I said, 1250 was resistance, so you want it to base and swing back up above that. All right, come on. Let's get this volume spike on AMC. We want one volume just to really pop it higher. All right, so what we're looking for, I was telling you, 37.70, 75 right here. That's exactly what we wanted above. But GameStop does not care. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop looks like it is just trucking higher today. Trucking higher, higher, higher. Ooh, am I already super behind? I got distracted by Franklin. Silent Forcer. silent enforcer. Because I know you don't want to get DMCA'd. I've got Russ in my headphones, and it's great with your commentary. One might say a perfect combo. What's going on, Jeremy? Shout out Nathan. Shout out Witty COD. Your teacher said you never get engaged. Also, I got my shirt for me and my son yesterday. Go St. Jude. Go Apes. Love you all. Kinky Kong, I hope you enjoy the shirts. Dim Lit Night. Michael Jackson favorite sock. AMC. We need lemons. We do need lemons. Is that why our AMC's not moving quite yet? Where's the lemon, folks? We gotta let it know how to squeeze. We gotta let it know how to squeeze. All right, we got the lemon. We got the lemon. And then we also, let's throw the cat up here. Let's throw the cat up for GME. All right, and hopefully SPRT gets that bounce, so we'll give it the basketball because we need SPRT to bounce right about now, please. There we go. There we go, folks. I'm excited. All right. We are that 15 minutes into the day. I like to wait those 15 minutes. GME showing a lot of strength. I'm watching 175. It's currently trading at 173, just north of it. AMC trading at 37.60, and we're looking for it to basically just crack through 38. It's a little scared of 38, but let's help it out. Let's show that we support it, folks. Come on, AMC. Like we are the cheering section. A lot of people think that, I don't know what you think this show is, but we're a bunch of stock cheerleaders. Honestly, I think we should all have pom-poms. I don't know who's listening out there, but we need Moon Gang pom-poms. I want everyone in the Moon Gang to have pom, and we just cheer. We're just going to sit here and cheer. The way people cheer at sporting events, at horse races, all that stuff. We're just stock cheerleaders. That's all it is. We're bouncing off the lemon. Milan has subscribed. Shade has subscribed. Victorious Queen. DLO predictions. I don't know anything about DLO, but I can bring it up in a little bit. DLO. Geckos play. Shout out. Taylor. MMAT. A lot of people asking about MMAT. We'll bring that up in a minute. All right, what are you doing? Is this lemon going to continue to be support? The classic lemon support? All right, and now we actually have a new setup. Before 38 on an intraday basis. Check out this trend line. Watch this trend line. Now the lemon's in the way. Hang on. GME, AMC, and the Russell 2000 all simultaneously just had a red bar. AMC currently trading at 37.42. GME currently trading at 172.20. Whoa. Folks, we need more lemons. SPRT looks like it is bouncing off of the basketball. Let's see if it can actually clear 12.30 on SPRT. Come on. Is this a fake out or what? What are you doing, AMC? Judging by IWM, judging by GME, it does seem like this red bar on AMC is kind of a bearish fake out. They try to knock it down. They try to knock IWM down, and they try to knock GME down. They quickly reverted, and I don't think that AMC will be that far behind. I'm kind of loosely watching GME over here to see what this bar is doing. All right. Where are the buyers? Someone said a lime. We got to switch it to a lime or a different fruit. All right. We'll go from a lemon to a lime. There we go. Maybe the lemon is the issue and we need more of a lime thing going on. MMAT, longish options, $4, 917 or pure shares. This is a current Pelosi play, 168,000 shares, 1.2 million. Also DE play for 12 weeks, 6-month return. Taylor, all right, I'll bring up the MMAT chart and also the DE chart, but we'll have to do that a little bit later. Bob Carp, shout out. No, please, not the lemons. Matt, what are your thoughts on Workhorse as a short-term squeeze and long-term play, not FUD? Will reinvest in AMC. We could look at Workhorse, but I mean, there's three better options on the screen right now for squeeze plays than Workhorse. AMC, GameStop, SPRT are all better squeeze plays than Workhorse. Long-term play, I think it's more of a legitimate thing. I'm in Workhorse for the long term, but a short squeeze play, I don't think I would put Workhorse into that. It's a Beyblade kind of day. Let it rip. I can't wait to watch part 2 of the meltdown you had in June when we ripped to the 70s. Me either. Cheeto Shane becoming a member. Shout out Cheeto Shane. Transfer hood to TD took a few days. Woke up to see all 124 shares and 28 GME. Happy birthday, me. Laura's sorry you're never getting married. Gerald Harris, thanks for subscribing, man. All right, so it looks like the trick is this is more of a lime type of a day opposed to a lemon. So when life gives you lemons, you just got to turn them into limes. That's what we're finding out right now. People are saying George W. This is not. Yeah, you're right. I would say it's a George W. And let's get this trend line breakout. Let's get above 37.80 and let's rip, folks. Let's just rip. I tweeted it out this morning. It just smells like a rippening kind of a day. It's a rippening. The old classic lemon versus lime charting issues. You see it often, folks. They've written about this in history books for quite a while, but the old lemon versus lime issues. All right, SPRT coming back. SPRT, if it actually gets above 1250, I'm legitimately watching 1375. And I know it sounds crazy, but SPRT does have a short interest of 70%. It's a low float stock, but it's also a big if. Will it get above 1250? Enough people have to buy it to get above that. All right, there we go. The limes for the wins. Put the limes in the coconut and take down Wall Street. I think that's a saying. If it's not, we're going to make it a saying. Put the lime in the coconut and take down a corrupt Wall Street economic system. Am I right? Am I right? I think someone said that. It's totally a saying. Trust me, it's totally a saying. A lime pepper. It's a lime pepper tendy. It's a lime pepper tendy for the day. I like how everyone just confirms. They're like, yeah, totally, man. It is totally a saying. Like, whatever you say, duck kid. Whatever you say, duck boy. Oh, what a day. SPRT moving. GME looks like it wants to swing back around. AMC going for that 38 level, folks. 38. 38. AMC has a date with 38. We all know that. Trigley TV just subscribed. Cootery, what's going on? Today is awesome. Cootery, every day as an ape is awesome. This is just more a financially awesome day to be an ape. Confirmation bias? Probably, but is it really when you have the lime on the chart? Folks, just so you know, this is TradingView. There's some sort of free month trial. It's in the description. If you look up emoji charting in the description, you too can become an emoji charter. And I think it's a free month trial. There's some sort of bonus, but the link's in the description. Just look for the tag called emoji charting. You'll find it in there. SPRT gearing back up. This thing could really get going. AMC could really get going. GME could really get going. Indoor golf claps. Indoor golf claps to the moon. Boom. Boom goes the dynamite. AMC above 38. Oh, we finna break out now, folks. We finna break out. Let's go. Let's hold. Next stop. Didn't want to do that. All right. Well, we actually don't even need this trend line anymore. All right. That was it. That was the secret. No more lemons. We need limes. I hope everyone's cool with lime pepper tendies because the lemon pepper tendies may have been the thing holding us back. A quick color change, but that's why you got to be agile in the stock market. That's why a lot of people still refer to me as the agile Chris Hemsworth of the stock market. It's because of things like this. A lot of people are going to be set in their ways. They're going to be like, you know what? I threw a lemon up. A lemon has to work, and I refuse to change my lemon. But right there, this is why I have the moniker of the agile Chris Hemsworth of the stock market, because I'm willing to shift with this situation that quickly. We noticed the lemon wasn't working. The lemon kind of brought us down. You switch the color. You just click on it. You switch it to green. You now have a lime, and you see what happens when you put a lime up there. Stock goes sky high. I don't make up the rules. I'm just trying to play the game, and I'm trying to teach you guys about the game. We're going. One day, Chris Hemsworth, I just get that DM. He's like, why do you keep saying my name? I'll be like, listen, Christopher, you just simply don't get it. You just don't get it, Christopher. Watch for this trendline breakout on SPRT. Maybe we'll get a bounce off the basketball. All right. We're holding. Let's hold 38. Hold the door. Hold the door. All right. Lemon adjustment. And by that, obviously, I mean lime adjustment. We're adjusting it from lemon to lime. Kind of the way we can turn what? Water into wine. You just turn a lemon into a lime. Water to wine, lemon to lime. It's a thing. It's a thing. Don't worry about it, folks. The one thing that this show does not need is any more fact checking. Let me just ramble in my own lunacy. Let me just have fun today. It's kind of a Tendies Tuesday type of a vibe in here. Oh, we're cruising now. We're cruising. Cruising. All right. GME looking good. What was I saying? 174 to 176. And what did we hit? 175.31. It's almost like that crazy kid knows something. All right. AMC, you got to. Yes. Strong performance. You know, in the off season, we heard a lot of rumblings. Last season was good for AMC and GME. In the off season, we heard a lot of murmurs. Are they working out? Are they showing up at practice? Are they getting the proper exercise schedule and the proper nutrition that they need? But now that we're back in season number 2, preseason, we can see that both of these athletes were working very, very diligently in the offseason. And I'm excited for the performance that we're going to see through the season. And no doubt in my mind, do AMC and GME make the run deep into playoffs? Deep into playoffs this year. And I might be a little early to it, but if I had to bet on the futures of the bowl games right here, AMC, GME, strong contenders. Strong contenders. Chatting so much poo, but I mean, hey, if there are people in chat who are being like naysayers today, like they're just mad that they got out. They're mad that they paper-handed. They're so perturbed on a deeply human spiritual level that they're like, man, why did I listen to that random comment on Reddit or Twitter or Discord or YouTube that I should sell? A lot of people, if you see someone being negative right now, they're mad at themselves and they're projecting it on you. And that's all right. I mean, we all make mistakes. They might have just made a massively messed up financial mistake. And I feel for them. That sucks. All right, what are we doing? I get on these rants and then I get super far behind on these messages. My apologies. Doctors say it's something about me having ad, and I was like, I thought this like was math class, and they're like, wait, what? You're at the doctor's? And I was like, what's ad? And like it gets weird. I don't know. Doctors. All right. Put that on a shirt. Put what on a shirt? Lime content is why I pay you. Lime content. Everyone, we were. This is what it is very exciting to me as a creator, is when we're all learning together. That's the exciting part, is like, hang on, for months now, we went on thinking that it was lemons, and just on a random Tuesday, this is as romantic of a storyline as The Notebook will ever be. A random Tuesday out of nowhere, we met limes, and limes changed our life. Crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. Doctors are fun. Lime content. Hey, Match, will you take a look at FTCH? Picked it off of one of Kringle's Discord's alert at 38. I'm not in Kringle's Discord, and well, if it's his, like that's his content. Like I'm not trying to take his content. I don't really know much about FTCH, but I mean, if Kringle has a strong thesis on it, and if you're liking the chart, have at it. I could give you my opinion on the chart if that would help. FTCH, FTCH. But still definitely his then. Brian Miller becoming a member. Shout out. Triggle TV. What can I do? I have an in the money call, but I am at a net loss. What's the best way to play it? Well, being in the money or out of the money doesn't necessarily mean you're in or out of profit. Remember that. You can be in the money, not in profit. You could be out of the money, in profit. Those don't necessarily have to correlate. So for you, you want the whatever stock you're referring to continue to trend in your favor. Glory has subscribed. Jason, Green Day, Mmat Energy, Red Day, Mmat Energy. Mr. Short Stuff. Matt, you need to calm down, son. Some of us haven't had enough coffee to keep up. Let's make it great Tuesday, apes. Well, more coffee, Dan. You got to get that fuel into you. Spoons in the chat for shorts to eat our ask. I think it'll work. Can we get a lime in the coconut and take on a totally fraudulent financial institution called Wall Street t-shirt? I don't know if there's going to be enough space on that particular t-shirt. It might have to be really small font. AMC and Jimmy booming like the Salt Lake City condo market. Yeah. I love this. Days like this, I love as much as a Mormon loves condos. I mean, I'll be very, very upfront about that. I know everyone's like, man, Mormons, they love their condos. But do you know what I love more than a Mormon loves a condo? These stocks right now. These stocks make me, I mean, it's in the exact same league as a Mormon loving a condo. Only do green fruits from now on. Got it, mister? Every green fruit except for peas. But wait, what's the P line at today? The P line, if we close above 42, I'll eat peas. I'll do it. I'll do it for the cause. Matt definitely lived in Charleston. We finna break out. Love it, bro. I did live in Charleston, but that's not where I learned about finna. The one day on stream, I found we were doing a word of the day for a period there, and then I found something that said a Gen Z word of the day, and me obviously wanting to be cool and like wanting Gen Z to like me, I was like, oh, I need to speak like them, and it talked about finna. So I was like, oh, that's a cool word. Corona and lime is the drink of the summer. Bro, check out the option chain in SPRT. Can someone say Gamma? It's a Hulk play, the Gamma baby. Well, right now SPRT is getting smashed from 1260 down to 1150, but it's still up on the day, which is actually very impressive. But we've seen this before. SPRT is highly, highly volatile. It can make moves like this and still end like way, way higher. SPRT, it's a hardcore roller coaster. We've seen days like this where it shoots up, it drops, it then rips all the way back. Very, very volatile SPRT. Nutty has subscribed. Let's get AMC trending on Twitter. Virgin282, you are the best. No, you are the best. Duck Boy, what's your secret? What is this duck magic you do? Hey, it's just some good emojis on a chart. That's all this is. You know, when you have the support of an entire ape community and strong emoji charting powders, like what else do you need? Doctors are fun. Can you look at Air Canada and Roblox? Air Canada, and Roblox. Will lemons yesterday, limes today, tomorrow grapefruit. Sold half of my SPRT calls at 150% gain, threw it straight into AMC. Let's ride, Beatty. My wife can't say that I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Matt, if these stocks squeeze to unimaginable levels, is there a chance you'll pull a Charlie Sheen? porn star, crack, and AIDS winning. You never know. You never know. The life of a duck guy, of a tiger guy, of an ape guy, all very mysterious. I don't think I'll go the Charlie Sheen route. I did in my youth very much enjoy 2.5 Men. I thought that was a funny show. But I think I would rather do something maybe not as detrimental to my own physical health and potentially society. Yesterday's mistakes, got too busy and didn't buy Palo Alto 370 calls and sold Sprt at 10, but still holding AMC. Let's go. Chris Hemsworth is the Matt Kohrs of Hollywood. Shout out Ben, shout out Shane. I found a story from August 9th about Sprt with a price target of 35 because it had merged with Bitcoin mining companies. Have we been over this yet? No, Fuzzy G. The DD on Sprt is much more about the short interest and the FTDs. But once again, that's not my own original. It's much more from True Demon in the Discord there, Fuzzy G. Matt, your energy and happiness gets me pumped. Curious if you set up a computer share account to directly register your shares. A computer share account? I don't even know what a computer share account is. I don't know if I want to share my computer. True story. I picked key lime, yogurt, and coconut Red Bull in my lunch today. Tabasco Dave, that has to be a sign for us. That has to be a sign. What's the next resistance we're looking to break on AMC? Man, I thought you would never ask. Thank you, Toothpick. What a great question. Well, first of all, everyone on TradingView, do not forget to readjust your magnets because we are looking next level 39.70. Maybe potentially a little hiccup at 38.75. So let's just call it 38.70 and then 39.70. That will help us remember it a little bit easier. But remember, if you want to get in on emoji trading, actually, you guys, you know all the pitches. Public is pinned to the top of chat right now. Public free trading up to $70 in free stock. No payment for order flow. No dark pools. All your orders go right to an exchange and you could get verified like borderline instantaneously to start trading on it. So download Public. Check that out. TradingView. It's in the description. You too can become a lemon trader, a lime trader, a cat trader, a basketball trader, whatever emojis you want, as long as they're on this massive list, you can trade with them. The power is in your hands. And you know, like everything I use, all the software is in the description of the video. I get tired of doing that stuff, but it's in the description. Happy birthday, Matt. It's not too late to remember when you could buy AMC at 38. Mix the peas with pasta, tomato sauce. You tried it yet? I have not. I don't know if I've ever had peas on my pasta. I think I've seen that though. So I don't even think you're that crazy with that statement because I've definitely seen that. Why would I want to go ruin my pasta by putting peas on it? Y'all got any more of those shares to borrow? Help a hedge you out. That's from Kenneth C. Griffin. Hey son, glad your stock is doing well, but have you checked your oil lately? Dad, B-Strain. Let's do a sponsor of the day. Clubfoot Billy. We'll have to think of one. KFX Miami has subscribed. Shout out. Bonito. I appreciate that. Twitch Gang. What's going on, Twitch Gang? QLAR, Amar 23. Shout out. Brayden becoming a member. What are some strats to up my AMC position, not financial advice? I mean, obviously just buying shares if you have capital, but if you want to take a leverage thing, you could do calls, but calls, the options market, make sure you're comfortable with the options market. If you're new to trading in general, now is not the time just to hop into options. Options are a high risk to reward asset. A high risk to reward derivative, actually. This is like, I implore everyone to learn about options, but if you don't feel that comfortable with them, I don't know if AMC is the time for you to start. It's way easier for you to get public, buy shares, and enjoy the show and put some lime in the coconut. It's legitimately so much easier to do that opposed to like right now in real time trying to figure out options. A lot of people are doing it, and I wish you the best of luck. It can be learned, but Maybe that's what you do at night as a little bit of homework. Maybe learn more about options. That's a strong possibility. But it takes time. There is definitely a learning curve to options. I think anyone listening right now could learn about options, but you just have to be willing to dedicate some of your time. You're not gonna like learn it day one, like anything like that. It's gonna take a little bit of time. There's obviously a learning curve, and if you are currently in options, please just be careful. It is high risk to reward. Check it out. 8-day moving average just crossed the 22 on the daily. Last time this happened, we ran to 70. Granddaddy Funk, I appreciate you calling that out. So what was it? The 8-day moving average crossed the 22. Granddaddy Funk, are you talking about the simple or the exponential? Whatever it is, though, that is typically a good sign. But right now, our next target, the line in the sand is at 38.70. We just double topped it at 38.50. We're getting kind of this U pattern. Looks like SPRT might be trying to come back. Look for it to get above 1180, and then we would be watching 1215 on SPRT. The Russell 2000 taking a bit of a hit. Honestly, it's kind of bubbing my vibe to watch the Russell 2000, and I'm very much like a vibe trader. So let's just watch Roblox because that has more fun. It looks like it's more enjoyable. I am in Roblox. Just so everyone knows, I'm actually long on everything you see on the screen right now. Skim through your June 2nd stream to get hyped again. What's going on, David? I love that. All right. Marie becoming a member. Matt Rogers subscribing. Shout out. Hey, Duck Boyd, take my Prime subscription. Yes, I'm an Amazon Prime owner. You are going to need it when AMC hits a penny. That's from Rich Greenfield. Hey, Matt, been gone for 5 days at the beach for the kids before school starts tomorrow. I apologize for missing 2 streams. My wife gave me a note if you need it. Yeah, Gary, I'm definitely going to, before we can ever correspond again, I'm going to need some sort of note from you to explain that that's actually what happened and you weren't cheating on me with another streamer, Gary. The amount, if I had $1 for every time people use the excuse of I was on vacation with my kids and I couldn't watch my internet friend stream, I would have about $3. And I'm starting to notice a pattern with that, Gary. So please have your wife fax me your excuse so I can confirm. Do you think SPRT will bounce back, or did it become a bag holder? Well, this is exactly why you shouldn't chase. When you see run-ups like this, please do not be bag holders. But I think there is a good chance it does bounce back up. There's too many eyes on it. It looks pretty strong. It's bouncing right off of our basketball right here. At this point, if it gets above 1180, which it just did, I'd be watching 1215 and watch this trend line. High short interest, lots of FTDs. Things are looking pretty good. If you go to the Charlie Sheen route, at least you'll be fully manscaped and ready. Shout out. Ralph, what's going on? Celeste, shout out to Celeste. Shout out to Ralph. Robo22 has subscribed. IXI, thank you. Tung Yu, shout out. I appreciate all the love. Thank you for all the likes coming in. Thank you for all the subscriptions, all the follows, the memberships, all that. Shout out to anyone who's doing any of that affiliate stuff. All that stuff is what makes it possible for me to do this stuff day in, day out. The support, I don't think I could properly articulate how much it means to me. Something as simple as dropping a like, something as simple as just these hilarious comments, everyone getting jacked up. It means the world to me. It very much does make a difference. Makes it so much more fun to be in this community, doing this stuff day in and day out. Matt, I was glad to see your link for Voyager. I'm holding several shares. I would love for you to discuss the stick or take a look at the charts for Voyager, the Kias for all of you. Yo, mammy. We'll check that out. I will definitely check out Voyager. VY, let me just write that down so I don't forget about it. VY GVF. VYVGF. Yeah, I think right now Voyager is one of the easiest applications to quickly get crypto. And the time of not knowing what it is to downloading it, creating your account, and buying crypto very, very fast. Same with public, but I would use that for stocks. If you are getting public, just so you know, they are going to be eventually rolling out crypto relatively soon, but they do not have plans for options. If you are an options trader, public will not be the platform for you, unfortunately. You can use it for stocks, obviously, but options trading, you might want to be doing something like Interactive Brokers, Fidelity, E-Trade, one of those where you're routing your orders. Matt, are you in SafeMoon? 100% not. 100% no. Pasta and peas is quite common in South Italy. Do you know the channel Coin Bureau? What's your opinion about it? Thanks for everything. I maybe after these things squeeze to the stratosphere, I'll be able to go to Italy and enjoy some of that pea pasta. I have a feeling that they don't call it pea pasta though, but just a guess. Maybe I'm wrong. And I do not. Do I know Coin Bureau? Let me double check. It sounds familiar. I feel like maybe I have seen some of these videos. Hang on one second. Coin Bureau. Coin Bureau, Coin Bureau. Never mind. I do not know Coin Bureau. But it looks like it's a very popular channel. Lots of views. Cool thumbnails. I'll have to check it out. I'll add it to my watch list. Tyler C, thank you. Mr. Fall Draw, thank you. Millie, have any calls this week? Nothing expiring this week. I do have calls on Sprt. I do have calls on AMC, but I have the September monthlies. Remember, with it, one of the biggest issues I see is people playing options that expire too soon. And that it's just a higher risk reward play. And I was like, well, is it really necessary to amp it up like that when options themselves are already inherently higher risk to reward? Hey, Matt, is there a person that I should hire post Mother of All Short Squeezes? What things should I keep in mind when it times to cash out, taxes, etc.? Taxes, you need to get a CPA or something like that, whatever the equivalent is in your area, your country. But yes, please consider taxes. Those tendies you see, depending on where you are, you're not going to be able to keep all of them. If you're in the US, no, you're not. You're going to be paying, depending on where you are, you might be paying over like roughly 50%. So don't just think you could take that money, cash out your account and spend all that money. Definitely talk to a certified tax professional about all of that stuff. I used to think Charlie Sheen and Mark Cuban were the same person. Watching Shark Tank when I was younger, I was always wondering if they were the same. They've never been in the same room at the same time. I don't think they might be the same person. Asked you earlier, but I missed it. Victoria's Queen, I put them down on my list. I don't know anything about DLO, but off the top of my head, I very much like NVIDIA. Hey, Matt, love your channel. Was hoping you give me a long thesis chart analysis. Ooh. Where did that just disappear to? On MVST, I'm holding a long position. I mean, I could check out the chart. MVST, that's now on the list. MVST. Robert Waite, that's hilarious. Josh, thank you for the subscription. You know that the Voyager UI does not anyway hold your hand like Weeble does. Just know that the Voyager UI does not in any way hold your hand like Weeble does. Joe Prime, bit of a learning curve for sure. All right, I think I got everyone. I'm not sure. Someone asked, but is buying options a bad thing? Should buying shares instead? Thanks from an 801. No, it could be good. It could be bad. It depends on really if you get the play right or wrong. It's one of these things. So a really, what I would say, good metaphor for is buying options good or bad? Think of it this way. Think of right now, the Bulls and the Bears, it's a game of tug of war, back and forth. So if you buy shares, that's good. And if they're shorting more shares or if people are selling shares, that's bad for us. So it's a game of tug of war back and forth. Buying helps us, selling hurts us. Well, picture options like this. Picture that there's bleachers and there's like these abnormally jacked people And buying options is like having that, and they help you, but only if you get to a certain point. So you have to get here and then they help you even more. But that's the big question is, are you even gonna get to that certain point? And if they don't get to that point, well, then you just wasted money and that could have been more to just help us buy. So it's just like a higher risk to reward way of helping us. So that's just, and it's all up to you. I would argue mathematically, the thing that could help the mother of all short squeezes the most is a combination of getting shares and call options out of the money call options. With an emphasis on shares. Below that, just shares. Below that, options. Below that, hodling. And then obviously the worst thing is selling. I would put that as like the order, but just understand that when you buy an option, inherently at first, it does not help us. It might eventually help us, and we might prompt what's referred to as a gamma squeeze, and that could be a huge benefit that prompts more FOMO buying and maybe a full-on short squeeze, but it's also a big if. Buying options, you are taking a larger risk, not only in your own portfolio, but also helping the community. If you're right, you're going to help us more than just buying shares. But if you're wrong, well, then you just wasted money that could have then been used on shares. So it's very much like a balancing act. So for me, I have shares and I have call options, but most of my money is in shares, if that makes sense. All right, so this is making a lot of sense right now. So we broke above 38 and now it's coming back and reaffirming it. The RSI is probably cooling off. We want this to hold, and really kind of what we want. What is it? It's 10:20. So it's a little early. We haven't even been trading for an hour yet. So I was going to say maybe what we want is like a midday consolidation at a 38 and then a rip from there into the final 2 hours and specifically power hour of today. But it's a bit early. So what I would rather see is we base here and then come back up and slowly just kind of drift up to 38.70, 39, 39.70, and then get that rip in power hour. But right now, the technicals are cooling off because all we've done this morning is rip higher and higher. So the RSI definitely needs a bit of a breather. And if it takes a breather and is reaffirming 38 as going from resistance to now support, I will take that all day. All right, what else do we have? Hey, Matt, is there a person? All right, we talked about that. That's a great question. Definitely get for wherever you are, your state, your country, you might want to consult a tax expert in your area. Spinach. Also, pirates. What's going on, Fred? Are we seeing a massive bull flag on the yearly chart? Take a look at the drop. Oh, brother. Well, in a way we are, but I would say we have actually broken out of it now. If this is the wedge you're following, I think it's important to note that we're above it and we're now battling right here. But we are in not really a purgatory, but this is definitely, we're in the realm of a gauntlet. We've just gotten into the gauntlet. I know 38 has been a serious fight, but I think this region, that's why I have it in red, because this is very much a region of resistance. We want to see the break of 42. We want to come out on the other side even stronger, but this will be a battle in the red region. Hey, Matt, keep up the great work. Positive vibes. Shout out to the Ice Apes, Kodiak, Alaska. Shout out to the Ice Apes. I love that. Thank you, Andreas, for subscribing. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate your help. Any thoughts on IDEX? I'm a beginning trader soaking in as much info. I could look at the chart on that, but I have no like special thoughts. I see some people talking about it, but I think my reaction when I finally see it is that there are going to be better plays. All right, our basketball on SPRT not helping much right now. You wrote down MVS. Yeah, Sean, I know what MVST is. They power double-decker buses in the UK and are opening a battery plant in Tennessee. Interesting. I appreciate you sharing that. Taxes smashes. I'm buying America when this squeezes. Ryan, I like the enthusiasm. I like the enthusiasm. All right, let's switch this. There we go. Sweet. All right, Roblox looking strong. Strong. This is actually SPRT and Roblox are both Discord plays that we talked about, and I don't know how many people got into it, but I expressed my opinion in the Discord that I wanted to get into them. Posture check, good call. Actually, in fact, let's just stand up. Maybe that's what all of these need. We just need to stand up for these stocks. Standing. All right, folks. All right. We're going. Wait, what just happened there? I didn't lose stream, did I? Okay, no, we're good. Wait, it did drop a frame. It dropped 264 frames. Why would it do that? Hey, don't you do that. Wait, why did this? Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm still good. We're good. If not, let's just pretend that we are. All right, I'm going to drop to the 3 minute on some of these guys so we can see more of the full picture. 3 minute. All right. There we go. GME is setting up very nicely. GME is setting up incredibly nicely right now. There we go, GME. Coming back to the party. Good training in off season on GME. Right. There we go. Maybe we need to put the stock in the lime. Maybe that's the issue. But GME shot up, came down, based at the bottom of that region at 174. Makes sense. And then let's see if it comes back and can rip above 176. SPRT definitely needs to get its own bounce in. Watch the trend line. I think it does happen. It's just SPRT has really weird moves like this. Very, very highly volatile moves on SPRT. When is the Fed speaking day again? Wednesday, Thursday? No, the Jackson Hole Symposium. There we go. Once again, it is the lime secret, folks. Whenever I mess it up, just remind me to readjust the lime. That's what we really need here. Let me just put it here. I don't want to block it. I don't want the top of the lime to block our movement. What happens above the break-even price on a call? Well, that technically means you're in profit if you're holding it all the way till expiration. If you remain break-even is where that's your break-even price if you plan on holding it all the way to expiration. All right. Hang on. RBLX. Roblox. Destroying it right now. RBLX. A man possessed in RBLX. AMC looking good in the hood right here. All right, we just want that break and run. Like I said, 38.70, then 39, then 39.70 are the technical levels I'm specifically paying attention to right now. Obviously, after this break of 38.40, where it got rejected 3 times. All right, what else do we have? Oh, so with the Fed, they have the Jackson Hole Symposium starting Thursday and it goes to Saturday. So I don't know if there's comments in between or if it happens all after. Hey, Mateo, any thoughts on ILUS? Heard about it from Alpha Stocks guy up 25%. Where's a good point to exit? So with that, I mean, you should have your plan before. So I'm seeing people getting in and then they get these gains and then they ask themselves, what should they be doing? You need to have your trading plan way before. Like you should already know where you're going to get out. When I start reviewing some other charts, I'll pull it up and I'll give you my thoughts on it. But if you're questioning it right now, you might want to lock it in. Happy birthday to you and your totally real girlfriend. Thoughts on BTBT? Was hoping to pop in while long on Mara, but it's sucky. I don't like any of the crypto mining stocks, honestly. I think it's so much easier to just play crypto itself. Because with it, when you're doing a crypto mining stock, you're trying to accurately predict the direction of crypto. But when you're talking about crypto miners, you're also then trying to predict the competition between other crypto miners. So To me, it's so much easier just to play crypto directly. So I wouldn't do Mara, Riot, BTBT, any of those. What's another one? SOS. Why not just play crypto directly? Just get crypto. Matt, I'm watching the ticker FID and seeing a lot of single digit sales in AMC. What is that? I'm watching my ticker and seeing a lot of single digit sales in AMC. Well, why is that? Because that's just what people are trading. Single buys, single sell. You're allowed to do that. If people buy 2 shares, you would see that come across the tape. That's completely allowed. Shelly, thank you for subscribing. I mean, if you buy whatever, 48 shares, you're going to see that come across the ticker. That's just what people are doing. You can buy a lot, you can buy a little. If you want to buy 188 shares, you will see that come across the ticker. Steven, dark pool percentage for AMC is 60%. No, so I see some accounts putting that out there, and it's not. Off exchange trading is probably 60+%, but not dark pool. Most off exchange trading is dominated by market makers, aka internalizer, retail wholesalers, whatever you want to call them. That's where most of the off exchange trading is doing. I know that there's some Twitter accounts that are saying AMC dark pool trading at 60, 70%, whatever it is. That's actually wrong. What they mean to say is off exchange, and a high majority of that off exchange trading is done by market makers, not dark pools. Hang on, let me kick this Greg. Chill EMAC 55. Did we just kick them? There we go. There we go. Thank you, Trey's chest hair. We are kicking a Greg out of chat. Someone who's mad that they sold their AMC like way too early. So all the people who got in the 40s, it looks like we're coming from you. We're pulling a quick U-turn in the rocket ship. The U-turn in the rocket ship, we just asked a Greg. I mean, things can't get better right now. We have the lime on the chart. We asked a Greg. We have a technical breakout. Things are coming together very, very nicely. Can you check on Cardano and what the smart contract's supposed to launch for them? They're supposed to launch on September 12th. Cardano right now at 273. It looks like it found a little bit of support at this previous resistance of 265. I do like 250 better, though. I don't know if it will come down there, but for me, I would consider it dip by around 250 if it gets there. I don't know if it will. Crypto all taking a little bit of a hit. Boondock. But yeah, September 12th is when we're looking for that Alonzo hard fork and that's the Alonzo hard fork is important because that's when they're supposed to be going live with the functionality of smart contracts on their proof of stake consensus model. And that's what sets it apart from Ethereum, which already has smart contracts, but they're on the proof of work consensus model. Proof of stake is very, very important. It's much more scalable. It's much more secure. It's more environmentally friendly. Really, across the board, proof of stake is a much better consensus than Proof of stake is much better than proof of work. Proof of work is when you hear about miners, and that's how they're basically solving a very complex math equation to verify and update the ledger. While proof of stake, you don't have miners, you have the owners. So it's really more of tapping into, I guess it's referred to, it's not called the greedy model. It's called greed something, because if you're an owner, obviously it's in your best interest to make sure that everything is properly verified and secured. So proof of stake, you're not using miners, you're using the people who actually own the token to continue to update and authenticate the current blockchain. Where are we at? To the Greg, thank you for the sacrifice, the ape goddess. Please notice the green. Sprt currently 49,000 contracts in the money for September 17th. This represents about 33% of the float that need to be hedged for as we get closer. Another 41,000 up to $18 strike. It's a short of the way. So So Wall Street Viking, if they're already in the money, there's a good chance that they're already hedged for. They hedge as it happens. They don't wait for something to happen and then on the day of expiration hedge. The hedging happens like as the stock is actively trading. What happened to the Geg sacrifice sound effect? Jeremy, I just don't have it on my since I have the new computer, I need to bring the sound over. What about me, who got an AMC at 60, having been selling covered calls since then, have covered and lost? So we're coming for you, but we'll get everyone. We'll get all the apes in the 40s, then the 50s, then the 60s, then the very unlucky apes in the 70s, and then we're just gonna keep rocking from there. Is IWM taking a hit or something right now? Like, what is going on? No, IWM is coming back. I just saw this dip in GME. GME at 172, couldn't hold on to 174, unfortunately, but GME is still up. It's up 4.4% on the day. AMC once again flirting with this 38 line. We knew 38's the battle. I like the break above it. Let's just see if it holds. We want it to go from acting as a resistance to a support, and let's see if this can bounce right off of our line and come back up to the 38.40 level. Instead of lime into coconut, we put a lime on the chart. Mmat, do you not see a benefit to using crypto as a way to track stock like Mara and Riot, especially since crypto trades through the weekend? Do you not see a benefit to using crypto as a way to track? I mean, no, that's what I'm saying is I don't like Riot. I don't like Mara. I think playing crypto itself is so much better. Way, way better to play crypto directly opposed to Riot and or Mara or SOS or any of those. Can you look at Macy's ticker M? I don't want to sell up 50% on a call. All right, we'll throw that one up as well. All right, let me quickly run through some of these other charts that people have so kindly requested. We'll do very, very quick breakdowns. All right, let me do it, I guess, over here. Let's go to the daily. All right, in no particular order, NAOV. NAOV shooting up. It's actually basing. I kind of like that. I would look for it to get above 3, and then this thing might continue back up to 4, maybe even a breakout. I don't know much about the company. Medical specialties, not really a sector I'd want to trade. But here, let me just readjust this line. I want to see this above 3, and I would like the chart, just kind of some higher lows and nice fall through. DLO, chasing. D local limited. I'm not going to buy at an all-time high. No way, no how. If you're already in it, congratulations. But if you get in now, you are risking becoming a bag holder. If you get in, what if it just gets rejected here and falls and ends up doing a gap fill down to 53? I would not chase it. If you're already in it, just ride the trend out. MMAT. MMAT, I know a lot of people were paying attention to this because of TRCH. So I had a nice day yesterday. It's getting some fall through, but still you want this above 375 to really reverse trend. And that's for MMAT. DE, sell off and now coming back. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you could end up just risking the recent low at 345 and maybe you play it up to 388, maybe 400. The risk reward is there. This is John Deere. I would want to compare it to Caterpillar, see how that's going. But it is like from a charting perspective, it does look like a reasonable risk to reward setup. Workhorse, don't think it's a short play at all. If you like the EV sector, this is a US-based EV play. Workhorse, they make the last mile delivery trucks. So like think of those Amazon delivery, but they're going to try to make them EV. The stock got pummeled after it lost the USPS contract at the end of last year. So it's still trying to recover from that, but it has a lot of recovery to do. In terms of risk to reward, if you want to risk this recent low of 875, that's kind of solid. Maybe you ride it up to 12, or maybe it's a long-term investment, but in no way would I say Workhorse is a short squeeze play. Excuse me. FTCH also bouncing nicely, very nicely around the 37 level, and you might get this follow through. It's a little bit chasey right now. 2 days ago, yesterday was the day to get in, and you could try to ride it up to 44, but you're still risking this 37 level. At least this is how all I would play it. Please remember, everything I'm saying, SPRT trying to break out, is all my own opinion. I am not a financial advisor. I might be right. I might be wrong. You need to do your own DD and have conviction in your own trade. You should not be making a trade solely based on what I do or don't say. These are just my own opinions, and I'm not a perfect trader, so I'm not saying what I'm saying is perfect advice, and it's in no way a recommendation. These are all just my own thoughts. RBLX, we saw that, but on the daily chart, this thing is ripping right now. Looks like it wants to continue in the short term, trucking up to 93, 94, if it can get above 90. And MVST, the EV battery play, not looking the best right now. You want a swing around and starting off with a gap fill up to 1030, but right now it's not really moving much. ILUS looking strong at the penny stock, so right away I wouldn't trade it. Penny stock on the OTC market, no go for me. Macy's, ripping. We've been talking about this. I think Macy's, they crushed its earnings. They talked about Toys R Us, very, very strong play. And we're seeing a very nice continuation, technical breakout. The next question is, where does it stop? It's at resistance right now, but if it breaks through, watch 24. This thing might have legs all the way up to 24, potentially beyond. What else do we have? ID. What else is this? IDEX, finally bouncing off of $2, but it's still been in a downtrend, which tells me, it's like, well, what's actually going on with the company? You're fighting an overall clear downtrend ever since it hit 550. And maybe this is the start of a mega bull trend. That could be possible. But even if you play this bounce play right now, I would pay close attention to 250. And after 250, I would watch 330. But I think there's better plays out there than this one. What is this one? VYG. Voyager. Stock not doing much. Downtrend. We're not seeing new highs. This one, but we're seeing lower highs and higher lows. You have to wait for the consolidation to end. This was a patience play. It's not really trending in any specific direction. Did I get all? Oh, the other one I'm missing is Air Canada. Air Canada. So I wouldn't trade it because it's not on my market. This is on the Canadian market. But if you're in it, nice bounce play, but you need the breakout of 25.60. It could get rejected here, so please closely watch 25.60 all the way up to 26. And I think that's the list I have for now. So let's put Roblox back up there because Roblox is having itself quite the day. Roblox looking very, very strong right now. All right. Now I'm probably behind Bic Nuggets, Tattooed Tortoise, Crackhead Rank Pot. Quite a name. New trailer for upcoming Spider-Man movie is taking over the internet. Too bad it's not a solo catalyst for AMC. Could be good fundamentals for AMC and Disney. Nobody sells tickets to theaters like Spider-Man. Carl, shout out, and Gadu. I don't know how to say your name, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the subscription. All right, SPRT may be coming back for round 2 on the day. Watch the low 12s, like 12.15, 12.20. See if it can get above this drunk that we saw in here. Some support, some resistance, the low 12s. And then after that, you're watching 12.50 and then 12.67. If it does successfully hold above 12.50, I think 13.75 is very much in the cards. AMC at 37.76, just cooling off after a very, very nice run. We want this to stay above 38 and kind of solidify that level. We know how important of a battle 38 is. So let's watch for that. But remember, it's 10:45. The market has been open for an hour and 15 minutes. There's a lot of time left in the day today. What's going on with Cardano? 274, still looking good. Bitcoin just below 49,000. Doge back above 30 cents. Ethereum at 3,250. I mean, Bitcoin recently has ripped, and now it's just taking that breather. I see some people asking about NAKD. I would in no way put NAKD in the realm of really any of the stocks you're seeing right here. I'm not a fan of NAKD. The only reason people are talking about it is because it got wrapped up with the craziness in late January, early February, because people noticed that it was highly shorted. But that one was highly shorted because it was a pretty bad business. They were closing up shops. They had to go from all brick and mortar to e-commerce. Like, I would not put NAKD anywhere in the same realm as AMC or GME at all. All right. We're getting the cat bounce. We're getting the line bounce. We're getting the basketball bounce. Are you shorting the Discord link? Am I shorting it? No. Is it not working? It should be right in the description, Alex. I don't know what that means. Am I shorting it? Mark, SPRT volume good, trading more than flow. What kind of volume should we be looking at for some madness? They're gonna happen simultaneously. As the chart moves and starts to break out, you're gonna see more insanity in the volume. It's not like one starts the other. They happen the same at the same time. As we rip, that's usually because it's ripping because of more volume. Hey Matt, did you see Trey's video? And Chanos would love to hear your opinion. No, I didn't. So I have no opinion. Little roster, Tank Ford, Carter. Shout out, shout out. Shout out Alex, Eddie, Christy, Field Player Poker. Shout out, shout out. All right. AMC right now trying to get back above 38. Does so much better when it's in the line. Odd. Odd. Is IWM still bouncing the way? Remember, IWM, I was calling out 221. 221 is a pretty noteworthy breakout for IWM. SPRT battling it out at this trend line break. Where did it get rejected? Right in the low 12s. 12, what is this? 07 kind of makes sense. I thought it'd go a couple cents higher, but we're still watching the low 12s on SPRT to really start moving again. AMC, we're looking for this to move again once it gets above 38.40, and GME, we're looking for that to move once it gets above the region of 174 to 176. I'll mark this out right there. Right there. All right, good. And then SPRT, we're kind of watching 1216. And we're also watching these lows, 1205 to 1216. And this one is obviously pretty easy on GME, above 38 as always. And then 38.50 is pretty much where it got rejected at its high, but more so 38.40. We're looking good. Bueno. Desmond, shout out. I appreciate that. All right, let's keep going. Come on, get above 38 AMC. There we go, 38.01. There we go. Let's swing this back, AMC. Let's do that thing. Is there a coconut? Can we put the lime in the coconut? I don't think there is on the, I don't think they were that, they don't want us to get that crazy. They don't want us to break the market. I'll have to look into it. There's so many there. If you want to talk about EVs, check out LAC Mining Company, lithium. Yeah, so LAC is a lithium miner. So that is a interesting and unique upstream play. I know a lot of people have been talking about LAC lately, and I think there is potential there just because there's such a lithium shortage. Troll on Twitch, need a mod for a day. Rich. Oh, for the Rich Greenfield thing? Nah, he's all good. He's just, I think he's more so trolling Rich Greenfield. I appreciate though, Parker. Vang, thank you for subscribing. Thoughts and opinion on Baba stock? Brian, Baba is a tough one just because I do think it's severely undervalued, but that's a tough one because you're also dealing with US and Chinese politics. So I have a small position in it because, like I said, I do think it's severely undervalued, but it's a tough play because you don't know if the U.S. is going to get mad and start trying to delist all these Chinese stocks. You don't know what the president of China is going to do because he has an issue with Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. There's other factors than just trying to predict what's going to go on with that as a company. There's a lot of political concerns when it comes to Alibaba. Thoughts on my recent tweet? Handle lottery stocks. Uh, I could try to check it out. I'll see if I can find it. Lottery stocks. Yeah, I mean, obviously we want the SEC to do something, but how do we know they're not doing something? Is my question. You're not going to publicly announce that, hey, like we're going to start investigating this hedge fund, this prime broker, and this market maker. I don't know why. I think it's because it's easier for people to like wrap their head around. I think the people who are maliciously hurting the market right now are market makers and prime brokers. And so I would put hedge funds third on that list. And yet everyone is still like calling out hedge funds. Hedge funds are not the one creating naked shorts. They're not the ones who are engaging in payment for order flow, which is widening the bid ask spread. I think market makers and prime brokers are far more damaging. So I don't necessarily agree with you of like specifically calling out hedge funds when I think there's worse people in the market right now, worse entities. And with the SEC, still, how do we know they're not doing something? It's not like a detective or a lawyer says, hey, I'm going to open this case and then gives them time to hide all their information. Setting up your dream trading room, how many monitors and what's on them, not streaming related. Keep up the great work. I would just say two big monitors, like one that is landscape and then one that's portrait up. So you have your chat room, your Twitter, you're following the news, and then one for your charts. I'm not one of these guys who needs like 9 different screens to track everything. I prefer two good monitors and then just oriented differently. All right, SPRT is on that move. Watch 1250. If it can break, I mean, there's a lot of potential in SPRT. Hedge funds have become a colloquial term. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, and I get it. Sometimes, like, I guess I don't correct people because I get that they're just talking about it in general. We're using hedge funds. Well, people use Citadel to mean everything. I've noticed that people use Citadel to talk about market makers, hedge funds, like just they use Citadel as the symbolic term to represent everything that has gone like wrong with the stock market and Wall Street. And I get that, but with that, like he specifically asked me about the tweet. So like if you ask me about it, I'm gonna like point out the specifics. So when you're having more in-depth conversations with other people, you can speak more accurately on these things. But it very much hedge funds, specifically Citadel, has become a colloquial term that is just representative of what is wrong with Wall Street. And I get it. It's easier opposed to like every time, well, oh, technically that's a prime broker. Technically that's a market maker. Well, sometimes that gets in the way of like fruitful conversation. What's the thesis behind SPRT besides the short interest? High short interest, tons of FTDs, technical breakouts, low float. I think those would be the highlights. Shout out Jonathan Wade. Got to check out EVRI. Let me write that one down. EVRI. EVRI. All right, got that written down. SPRT looking strong, coming off of our bouncing off of our basketball finally. All right, hopefully this cat holds on GME. It's at 172, but I still very much like it above 164. We are in this lime still for AMC. It's just We got above, we're just oscillating around this 38 price level. The market is trying to decide if it will or will not accept AMC above or below 38. And right now, as everyone's trying to decide, that's why it's being pinned to 38. But IWM is still trucking upwards, which I think does mean positive things for AMC. So I'm excited to see the Russell 2000, which is tracked by the IWM ETF exchange traded fund. As this pushes higher, definitely excited about what that means for AMC. Come on, SPRT. I just want to see a volume explosion and a rip above 1267. Don't know if this counts or not, but SPRT also has a merger on September 10th. That's another thing people have been paying attention to with it. I mean, there's a couple things going. Forget to mention SPRT is still on the threshold securities list as of yesterday. That's 27 consecutive days. Today we'll make 28. Short still haven't covered. I don't know where the SEC is at, but I guess we can't always just force them to shorts to close their position ourselves. Hey, Matt, isn't Citadel used as a representation because they are one of the largest market makers? They're actually the largest market maker and a hedge fund. People just don't make proper distinction between the two. Yeah, I mean, Citadel is an umbrella business entity that has Citadel Securities, which is the world's largest market maker. And then they also have Citadel, the hedge fund. So that's all legalese, and people are very hesitant to say that there are the proper walls between those individual companies. And myself, I mean, for me, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't like fairly speak to that, but I think it would be silly to think that they're not talking with each other. I think that'd be a little bit naive. All right, come on. AMC back above 38. SPRT moving. SPRT, AMC, GME, IWM, all moving simultaneously. Love to see it. JD is at 73.68. What's going on with JD? That's another ADR, though. That's a Chinese company trading on the US market. Oh, Kathy Wood. So ARK Invest is buying into JD.com, which is kind of in the realm of Alibaba. All right. SPRT, buckle up, team. This one might be ripping. As of now, I don't have SPRT shares. I have calls, and they are up 164%. That's sweet. All right, AMC, get moving. My AMC shares are definitely in the green, but my calls, I bought them the last time we were at 38, so I'm definitely gonna be beaten up. I don't know if I want to check that right now. I'd rather check it after we start ripping to the $39, $40 region. All right, what else do we have? Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? Just so you know, so the Moon Gang merch is above me. If you want to get on Voyager for your crypto, that's a phone app. Voyager, you can download it. The code is Mmat21. And then public really quick. This is pinned to the top of chat. If you just go to public.com/MattKohrs, you can get up to $70 of free stock trading, no payment for order flow, no dark pools, no market makers, all going right to lit exchanges. And you also just get free money for signing up. It does not have options trading, and they're in the future, very soon future, will be rolling out crypto trading. But check that out. Both Voyager and Public, people are saying that they are able to use it borderline instantaneously after creating an account. So there's not going to be too much of a delay for most of you. All right, sweet. Don't know. All right. Am I now behind? Let me just double check. I don't want to miss any of these. We need some coffee, team. Some coffee. All right, Michael. All right, we'll figure that out. Just so you know, if you're DMing me on Patreon, I will be responding during break today or later this evening after the market closes. But if you have been DMing me or messaging me through Patreon, I will be getting to those today. Today. SPRT looking very, very strong right now. Russell 2000 looking strong. We just need AMC. Come on. We needed some volume, some explosion. Let's get a million bar or something like that. 2 million, 3 million. Let's see some enthusiasm. SPRT looks like it is. All right, we don't need this line anymore. That just might be more confusing than anything. SPRT just made a new intraday high. At this point, yeah, you always have to watch nice round levels such as 13, but my real level I'm watching is all the way up at 1375. If we can hold above 1250. So watch 13, and then from there I'm watching 1375. But this thing is on the move. On the move, on the move. We're cruising. We're cruising. We're cruising. We're cruising. Come on, AMC. Back above. Right now, for just exclusively my listeners, AMC is trading at 37.82, which means that it's up 2.8% on the day. GME is trading at 172.57, so it's up 4.65% on the day. SPRT is at 12.85. It's up 15% on the day. And in terms of Ortex, AMC, they have borrowed 1.52 million shares against it with a net of 1.32, and the short interest is 18.23%. That's for AMC. For GME, they borrowed 175,000 with a net of 141 with a short interest of 11.23%. Once again, that is for GameStop, aka GME. These things are ripping right now. And let me just quickly see if there's any breaking news from Benzinga. Benzinga. If you get anything on Benzinga, I think the code for August is August 35 for their 35% discount. 2 asymmetric bets that can 10x your money. What is this? Options trading on the upswing. GME, gamma squeezing. The rise of Robinhood options traders. Microsoft, MSFT. What else do we have in here? A lot of trades in there. All right, this is a big article. 12 of the best memes about Wall Street. $18 of fractional Tesla shares. Stonks. Imagine asking Google if you should buy a stock. What part of the cycle is this? Tesla. Financial advice. Quit drinking and save you'll thousand. WeWork, Reddit, Wall Street, to the moon. All right, these are just some memes. That's pretty funny. All right, what options are we seeing on AMC and GME? Most recently, a call for a 34 strike. We saw calls at 39, a call at 50, a call at 50, a call at 40, a call at 38, 38, 38, 38, 38. Lots of calls at 38. What's been the biggest bets of the day? $147,000 call for 34. Interesting. Oops, sorry. Bad habit. All right. We have AMC at 37.60. We're looking for this to bounce. SPRT tracking up to 13. Very much, if it gets above 13 and if it can hold 13, I would then be watching 13.75. Yvonne becoming a Space Ape. Shout out. How long does it take to start to finish to get funds into a public account? You're the best in the game. I mean, I did it within a day, Andy, but that was my own experience. What's stopping hedge funds that's long from borrowing all the shares that becoming available and holding them? Only Lucy TB may help push the squeeze. Nothing is stopping them. They could do that. They could definitely do that. Good question. All right, AMC at 37.60. Come on, let's get back above this. Let me lessen the lime. And then let me show you the trend line I would be probably paying attention to at this point. This is the trend line I'd be watching. Maybe even something like this. Potentially the trend line. SPRT did get above, it got above 13, but it's so volatile that I want to see it hold a little bit. Hold a little bit above 13. IWM still cruising higher. Cruising. SPRT, let's put this on the big screen. Weekly. Okay, SPRT. Yeah, so I'm watching 1375 to 14, and then past that, I guess 1460 to 80. Man, who knows? This one might just rip. 15. 15 is definitely an important level, though. 15, remember 15 on SPRT. Definitely going to be an important level. Oops. Too many limes, too many magnets. All right, SPRT was smacked at 13 thus far, but let's see if this gets going. 70% short interest. Actually, I'll give you an SPRT short interest update. Ortex, where are you? SPRT. SPRT currently has a short interest of 71%. Wow. Shares on loan of 5.66 million, which means it has a utilization of 95% as of this morning, but there has been a net borrow against it today. Very much a low float stock, which does theoretically make it easier for it to move. We're moving, we're grooving. All right, come on. Right here, let's get our lime. Let's put the lime over here. The basketball really coming through on SPRT. So the next one I'm watching, I guess I'm going to call it a region, 1375 up to $14. And that's on the caveat, an if-then statement of holding above 13. I don't think there's going to be much in the way that stops it, but this thing might just keep moving. Moving. True Demon. If you're in Mmat Live right now, how much are you up on your SPRT? Or actually anyone who's in Mmat Live right now on the Discord, how much are you up on SPRT? It has to be like such a disgusting amount. My SPRT is 214%, but it's so volatile. Like even as I watch it, it just changes like 10% like it's nothing. 35% from this morning. Jamar, you're at 214. Oh, so Jamar, you and I must have very similar positions. You're up 214, and that's like roughly when I'm up. Cap Moores is up 300%. Cosmic's 238. Everyone's crushing SPRT. 232. Congrats, folks. Money. More money for AMC, more money for GME, more money for whatever. Your mortgage, your groceries, wherever it's your money. Congrats. Mr. Boulay, Seth Daddy, 200% on the $9 calls, another 10 calls, 10 up, 100%. Stonks are us, crushing it. All right. Is this a proper trend line? Is this what AMC is following on the day? I'm watching these two white trend lines. I want to see if this is an accurate trend line and if it's actually going to bounce here or not. Come on. AMC 3750. AMC is currently at 3748 and GME is currently at 171.56. How close do we get? Man, how crazy is that? 1379. Not a bad job, team. Not a bad job. Off by 4 cents on that, but I would like to be off by many, many dollars as it just rips higher and higher. True Demon Daddy. All right. This one's still going. That's crazy. Crazy. SNS, TRF, Christy, Jeremy. Shout out, shout out. All right, AMC, time to get your bounce off of this trend line right here. We do also have some resistance and support roughly at this level. AMC just having the toughest time at 38. Lots of people, clearly they don't like it at 38. So that kind of tells me, though, if we get above it, close above it, especially on some nice volume, that could be scaring a lot of people out. Mr. Boulet? Wonder if we are seeing any covering on SPRT yet. I would assume some of them are now starting to cover. It's just at this point, like, it's just insanity. This thing is just ripping. I wish we had like a ski emoji, some ski guy. I feel like that would be the most appropriate. All right, AMC, time for you to act a little bit like SPRT here, and let's see some green. I would love to see a 23% rip in all of these simultaneously, just rip higher and higher and higher. All right, folks, quick drink break. Seth. All right. Nice stuff. 14. 14. It'd be crazy. I mean, this thing is just ripping $1 like it's nothing. And it also, there's been no volatility halts on it. I wonder if, how much of has there been a giant inflow? Oh, wow. People are, wait, what are they doing? Oh, people are betting on it falling back down. They're getting $6. Look at all these $6 for December 115s. Something weird's happening there. Look at all these December 17th expirations. $6, $12. Why are they all going through? Look at the amount of money. Some form of weird shenanigans is currently going on with SPRT. Look at the size of the money being bet on the Decembers for SPRT. Jeez Louise. Crazy. Crazy. All right, AMC staying right at this trend line. Let's see if it gets back above 30.70. SPRT gearing up for its next push, trying to get above 14. And it just got above 14, folks. Folks. SPRT moving. With SPRT, high volume can't shorts cover quickly. Well, yeah, usually in a short squeeze, there's a lot of volume trading. But that's why you look at the DTC days to cover metric. But even with it, remember, it's not just that. You have a bloated gamma chain. You have FOMO buying, and then the shorts. I mean, it has a short interest of 70%. This thing, tons of FTDs. Like True Demon just said, I think it's been on the list for 28, 29 days. For anyone listening right now, I see no reason to lock anything in on SPRT. I have not locked one in at all because it's not showing any weakness. Why would I lock it in when it's not showing literally any weakness? Man, this is insane. I'm currently up 292%, 292, pushing that 300 level. Crazy. It just gives me more tendies to throw into AMC and GME. But like I said, not locked in yet. Not locked in yet. Everyone's crushing it. Mr. Boulay, Trey's chest hair. Deep in the money call. Sounds like fake covering to me. Yeah. Or why would they do that? Why those calls? Something weird is very much going on there. Dark Yoda. Huge thanks to Nightmare, Kenny's Nightmare, True Demon. Definitely crushed it. Crushed it. All right. AMC at 37.30. This is some support, some resistance, kind of an important level. So I wonder if there's going to actually be a reaction to it, or if we're just going to have that like the midday whatever grind type of a thing. Man, this is just going to keep ripping. I'm surprised it hasn't had a volatility halt yet. I mean, I think it's like 10% in 5 minutes or something like that. So I guess it kind of makes sense because we would have to move at this point $1.40 within the next 5 minutes. So we would either have to see what 1560 or 1280. So that is like quite a move. Come on. Come on. IWM. Right now, this is very frustrating that AMC is not seeing some follow through because we are seeing that the Russell 2000 has been pushing very nicely. And obviously, we had that beautiful push on AMC this morning, but I'm confused at why there's now a weird divergence, a pretty noteworthy divergence between AMC and IWM. Usually, they kind of drift roughly in the same direction, but IWM has been doing its like own things this morning. I just think that what happened up here at AMC was it didn't really hold on, and then right here between 10:30, right around 10:30, I think that's when they just started shorting AMC, especially according to Ortex. They could have dumped up to 1.5 million shares from today alone. All right, come on, come on, come on. Let's get back up here. IWM still pushing. IWM at a very, very nice breakout level. IWM pushing right here. It's at resistance. IWM. It's at this trend line. It's at this resistance. Look for this to break. And then that might be an official wedge breakout. And from there, you could watch 224. And that's for the Russell 2000. When did you first learn about SPRT? I watch your channel. How did I miss it? So that's something we've been talking about in the Discord for what, about 2 weeks now? Is that right? Kudari, Seth, Jamar? About 2 weeks, Mr. Boule? I think roughly about 2 weeks. Matt, put your teaching hat on. This is what will happen at AMC. Teach the younger apes. Yeah, so right here, if you're kind of confused of like, hang on, I see this SPRT insanity going on. This is kind of what we've previously witnessed in AMC, and a lot of people, the millions of people, think that this type of insanity could very much happen again with AMC, and I am one of those people that fully believe in that. So this craziness, I mean, SPRT up 22%. I mean, we saw a day with AMC going up 95%. So honestly, even bigger. But SPRT isn't done. Right here, I mean, this crazy push from 12 up to 1450. It literally hit 1450, like right there. That is key level, whatever. People must have had a sell target in at 1450 for whatever reason. But I don't know if this is necessarily done. It has traded 33 million shares already today. And that's crazy. It's traded 33 million shares, which is definitely in excess of its entire float. Short shares 6.6 million. Theoretically, I suppose they all could have covered, but you never know, and we won't definitively know for about 2 days. But I want to give it more time. I want to just see what happens. I want to see it test 15. 15 is a big level. It undershot it by about 50 cents, but this might just be that RSI breather it needs before that next rip and push. When apes sell SPDR, I bet we see AMC moving. Fitzy. Man, this one's crushing it. Crushing it, crushing it, crushing it. I want to see a bit more green. Break 1450. Above 15, like this thing could just keep going. It's so funny. AMC back in this wedge. Look for AMC to clear 37.70, and then obviously after that 38. What's going on with crypto? Someone just asked about crypto. Crypto taking a dip right now. Dogecoin, watch 28.5 cents. Bitcoin, you're kind of at it. Maybe watch 48,000. Ethereum, watch 3,100. And with Cardano, watch 265. Those are all the levels I would personally be watching on crypto. All right. Zoom in here. All right, so we're back above the trend line, so I'm going to drop that for now. And we want 38. We'd love for it to get above that. We're just looking for this fall through 37.64. All right, SPRT not really quite done with its own little shenanigans right now. GME also bending back around. It's at 172. Watch the 174 to 176 region right here. I have in these lines. SPRT going insane. WKSP is moving this morning. Any input? WKSP. WK. I don't even know what this is. Work Sport. Very low volume. It's only traded 207,000 shares. Wait, am I on the right stock here? It's up 7.5%, but it's super low volume. So I don't know if the market's necessarily accepting it. Might, if you get the clear over 550, it might set up a gap fill play up to 7. That's a possibility, but I don't know. What is this? A split? Oh, it had a split, so that's why the price came down, or maybe people didn't like the split. Kind of an ugly looking chart, but in more of its short to medium term, you might get this fall through from 540. Look at the gap fill. I'd watch the low sevens. The low sevens on whatever that is. Jay Will, I appreciate that. Hey Patel. All right, let's go back to IWM. And then let's go back to the 5 minute. 3 minute, I guess, is what everything else is on. All right, AMC, you got to build this up. Got to build up a bit of momentum. And then on SPRT, you're obviously looking for it to get above the, whatever, 1407, 1410. And then from there, I think it'll be a pretty easy test of 1450. But it's trying to make up its mind. Are people going to come in and now hammer the short? Because remember, yes, shorts can cover, but think about the amount of shorts that are going to be shorting it on the day and saying that, whoa, SPRT, that's up 24%. That doesn't make sense. Yes, some shorts are probably covering, but you also have new shorts. SPRT above 14. Come on. 1405. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Push it, push it, push it. AMC volume going lower as we're getting closer to the lunchtime session. Going a bit lower. Come on, SPRT. 1410. Let's show us 1410. I guess first we have to get above 14. Move it, move it, move it. Lemon, lime, why no banana? They just don't give me a banana as an option. They are very small. I think that's the only fruit I have available, unless we want to call this an orange. Oh, there's an apple. So what? We have an orange, a lemon, a lime, and an apple. Those are my fruit options. Very minimal fruit selections as of now. All right, look at this. SPRT going higher. Because SPRT is on the threshold list for in excess of 13 days, shorting it is extremely difficult because any brokers who have outstanding FTDs are not permitted to issue any shares for borrowing. So shorting SPRT at this point is very difficult, almost as if it was 100% utilization. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. I appreciate you pointing that out. And on top of it, the utilization was already very high. So like not many brokers probably even have many shares. So that's a good point that probably if there is an increase, I would think that it's minimal, I guess, with the utilization and also being on the threshold list. Very, very good point. But looks like SPRT is about to make its rip to $15. So let's see how this one plays out. Let's see how this one plays out. All right, SPRT, new intraday high, and we're watching the $15 mark. All right, smacked, but I don't think this is done. I think momentum's building. Some weird midday momentum. I like it. I like it. I like it. Right now, you could safely say that AMC is in what's referred to as a bull flag. So basically, the stock went up, and then in a very, maybe I can make this a little bit better. Look at this. It's like a perfect downward channel. This is called a bull flag, and they do commonly break upwards. The question is just, the caveat is, when will it break? So what we're looking for right now on AMC is this downward channel. Look for a test and a break of this top trend line. But once again, a bull flag, stock's trending upward, then a perfect 2 parallel lines down channel. This is a bull flag. And then the opposite, if it was an upward channel, would be a bear flag. Just so everyone knows, but watch for the test and break of this top white trend line. And then SPRT moving. Can you shout my husband who never watches but has you on at work because he is crushing SPRT right now? His name is Matt. Shout out, Matt. $14.50. So True Demon, I would disagree a little bit with that. I think 15 has quite a bit of resistance. When we look on the SPRT chart right here, you have to go to the weekly because this is from so incredibly long ago. And we're at 14 now. But if you check out 15, right here, we see support, we see resistance, and then resistance here. What is this level? 15. Yeah, I think there's going to be a bit of a hiccup at 15. So much resistance and support all the way across the line at 15. Above that, I would agree with you at 16 because then we see some more support. So at this point, it seems like it's reacting to the nice dollar values, 15, 16, and I guess we could do another breakdown after that. The next one might go up to 17.50. You see some resistance. It's just from so long ago. Like I literally had to go to the weekly chart to get all that, which is insane. Insane. But who knows? I mean, with something like this, it might just be craziness of with them actually covering all the FTDs, it being on the threshold list. SPRT, I don't know why people would be even leveraging into short positions like this as if they didn't pay attention to AMC and GME previously, of like learning how quickly these positions get destroyed. All right. Support. Need to move AMC's lemon. It's bending around it. Yeah, I guess we need to do a whole new emoji. Maybe we need to switch. Put the lime on GameStop. Put the cat on AMC. Could be. I know I'm going a little extra here. I really want to see what's about to happen on SPRT. Is this why I had the volume down? It's because it was getting annoying. Come on, SPRT. Let's see 15. Let's crush it. Let's crush 15, 16, 17, 17.50. Come on. Right now, AMC is at 37. GME is at 171. Whatever happened with these, both of these had a crazy amount of enthusiasm this morning. A crazy amount. AMC and GME. And then since then, it's just been slowly drifting down. So whether that's day traders who are like, hang on, we messed this play up, or if it's the shorts coming in and they're just selling, adding to the supply. A lot of things could be going on there. All right, what else? Let me double check, make sure I didn't miss anything. Up $350 on an SPRT option. Let's go. Shout out DZ Hustler. SPRT gap fill to 21.28 back in 2004. That would be crazy. We have another 4 million shares that need to get hedged for from 12 to 18, more gamma than the Hulk. Shout out Wall Street Viking. Johnny Daniel, I don't think people are doing that. Bought SPRT July 20th for 440. Made more this trade alone than I did in the same period of my full-time job. You're crushing it. Congrats. Hoping for a potential breakout of ARVL today at 11:06, and I'm reading the chart correctly. I've been holding for a while now. ARVL. What's going on there? Yeah, very much. Great chart read. Just roughly that region. Sold off. You're looking for that bend back around. Rob, I would be looking at the same part on those charts. All right, Jay Will, we did that. Whispers, gotcha. ATD, shout out. Garrett, shout out. People relax. You're allowed to have aside smaller positions and make money for other plays to put in AMC. No one is selling AMC. Yeah, I don't know who's spreading this FUD that people are selling AMC to get into SPRT. That's complete FUD. I mean, we're seeing it right now. The amount of people in Discord and in general who are even actually messaging SPRT is making them money to put into AMC and or GME. Don't believe this FUD of like, oh, they're selling their AMC to buy SPRT. That is a ludicrous notion. And that all that is just FUD. I wouldn't worry about it. We've been through this time and time again. People get mad when anything besides AMC and GME is moving, especially people are making money on it. But you shouldn't be. You should be happy that people are making money, especially when they're putting it into AMC and GME. Let me reiterate this and be perfectly clear. No one is selling their AMC and or GME to get into SPRT, to get into Cardano, to get into Doge. No one's doing that. If anything, they're using these other smaller plays to generate more money to put it back into their original investments and trades. It is complete FUD. Literally no one is going to be selling AMC or GME right now. I mean, after today, when we broke above 38, we're still seeing some strength in it. Like, that's just insane. It's the Gregs. I wouldn't worry about it. People get so mad when you're making money in other things when you don't realize that it's like directly benefiting them by you having more capital to buy AMC and GME. It's a crazy thing. People don't understand. We still hodl. It is insane. What else do we have? Come on. I want to see this 15. What do we hit? 1472 thus far is the high. 72. Wait, what? How does this work? 1472. Okay, right now. We are looking for AMC to get back up and get out of this bull channel, this bull flag that we have going on here. And then honestly, you could see a similar thing with, we're looking for at this trend line on GME. Brandon, what's going on? I'm long on AMC and I'm long on SPRT. Why would anyone sell one investment for another? It's the Gregs when you order steak. Sometimes you want a side of truffle mashed potatoes. Bud Swatter Foster, there is such thing as intraday buying power that some 25 account KOlers may not know about. Could be. Hey, Brother Duck, as you know, the Moongate Minecraft server is open to anyone interested. Have you link on the Discord to share as needed. Moon time. Fuzzy G. Yep. Also, Fuzzy G, for yourself, also feel free to share that like with the people that you know that might want to be interested in that directly. All right. What else? What else? People are crushing it. All right. We have this up. Let's go back to IWM. IWM. All right, let's go to the 5-minute on everything. There we go. There we go. All right. AMC at 36.88. Look for it to recapture 37 and want to see a breakout whenever that comes of this top trend line. GME at 170.50. Also, similarly, we have a top trend line we are looking for it to recapture. And then SPRT is currently dancing around between 14 and 14.50. Interesting to see if there's going to be follow through, or who knows? Like, you don't know if what the top of it is or anything like that. The short, this might have been the shorts covering. I mean, we saw an immense amount of volume. It's traded 45 million, and there was roughly between 6 and 7 million short. And those are the legal, legitimate things. I get that there's also a huge amount of FTDs, so the number could actually be higher. If anything, I would say that 6 to 7 million mark of short shares is probably below. In fact, with the amount of FTDs and the fact that it's on the threshold list, I think everything is pointing to the fact that the numbers being reported are, by definition, a conservative floor estimate. Matt, what is the data on SPRT? What is the market with a market cap of 348 million and shares about 24.24 million? It is not easy for soccer hedges to manipulate and set up a trap. Just people hope are not selling AMC for SPRT. I don't see anyone selling at all. Why would you sell your AMC for SPRT? People are using their free capital to generate more capital. I literally like so many people are putting this out there and they're trying to spread FUD that like people are selling their AMC and or GME for another stock. I see no proof to that. I see no one saying that at all, of that they're doing that. And Joe Miami, the fact that it has such a low share float and such a high short interest means that it can have a very volatile move upward. I don't see why people are saying it's a trap. Like, how does that make sense? There's a lot of people who are up a lot of money. That's not a trap. That money, that profit is a very real profit that you can then lock in and invest into whatever else you want to invest into. People love to do this. They love to say it's a trap, it's a distraction. No, the profits in many people's accounts right now, those are real profits. That's not a trap profit. That's not a fake profit. That's legitimate extra money that you can spend on whatever you want to spend it on. It's not any of that. I think to me, when people say that, it's just jealousy and they're like, oh man, I wish I put some money into it. So then I had also those percentage gains. It sounds like a lot of jealousy, if you ask me. Only Reddit readers call making money a trap. Like, inherently, isn't that why a lot of you are watching this right now? Because you're hoping to make money on AMC, you're hoping to make money on GME, you're hoping to make money somewhere in the market, whether it's futures, crypto, options, SPRT, AMC, GME, whatever. Isn't that the entire goal, is to make money? Isn't that like why we're all doing this? And specifically, if you're like, yeah, I want to make money on AMC and GME, but then also shine light to the SEC of what Wall Street's doing. You know how you do that? You have to be able to push AMC and GME even higher. You know how you do that? You have to be able to buy more shares. And right now, unless you just have a pile of money you haven't been using, you kind of need to make profits in other trades. The people who are making money in other trades and then putting that back into AMC and GME is by definition, just mechanically, more beneficial to our cause of people who've bought AMC and are just exclusively hodling. What moves a stock is new buying and new selling, not the current hodlers. It's the new buyers and the new sellers that move a stock. Best trap ever, Wall Street Viking. People need to calm down. It ain't easy waiting for a squeezy. Nope, I'm buying more AMC with my SPRT money. Yeah, I mean, all this is like whatever. We have, I guess, various Gregs or whatever, keyboard warriors or whoever it is, just getting like super, super pissy. And okay, you're mad, but like all you are doing is being jealous, because right now you should be applauding the people who are making money on SPRT and putting it into AMC and or GME. You should be thanking them because that helps continue pushing the stock back upward. This rhetoric of people are selling out of AMC and GME to get SPRT, like, that literally sounds like you took a tagline from Citadel. That's how like insanely ludicrous that actually sounds. It blows my mind that anyone would even believe that. Can you believe it? I want to learn and make money. Shout out Jeff. Someone just said James sold SPRT and just bought more AMC. Shout out to James. Congrats on your trade, man. I just put 10K in AMC. What else do we have going on? What else do we have going on? IWM taking a dip, but GME trying to get above this trend line, and then AMC back into it. Watch the test of this top to get out of the bull flag. The bull channel. Tony Perez, hey Matt, Ted Lasso show is awesome. Thanks for that. It's a great show. Outside of AMC 45s, these 9 strikes on SPR are my best option play ever. Oh, why does it just update like that? Why does it update so slowly? Outside of my AMC 45s, these $9 strikes on SPRT are my best option play ever. Buying more AMC once this SPRT play is over. This is the way. Let's get this bag. I sold my SPRT calls for 250% profit and used half the profit to buy more AMC on this dip. Not jealous at all, brother. As a matter of fact, I wish everyone luck on the move in the comments. I was just hearing people have been selling, and let me say thank you to making all the money. Well, people who are selling, for all we know, it might not be true literally at all. It's just keyboard warriors. In fact, it's probably one person trying to like who already is mad about AMC and GME and SPRT and hates their life, just spamming endlessly in a YouTube comment. I don't think there's any I don't know how to be more clear about this. I don't think there's any legitimacy to a true ape in AMC or GME selling shares to get SPRT. That by definition, then they're not an ape or anything like that. I just don't think there's any legitimacy. I think it's just some sad keyboard warrior spamming the chat. You did the same thing when Clove ran and should apologize. I appreciate that you matured to see it's okay to make money elsewhere. I don't think I was in Clove, Grim. I know people were talking about Clove. I didn't understand the thesis. I didn't agree with the Clove thesis. I understand the SPTRDD, the thesis of what's going on. Clove felt like it was a community of people just trying to pump it for whatever reason. While SPRT, I'm looking at all the FTDs. It's on the threshold list, the upcoming merger, the high short interest, the low float. There are things, in my opinion, that make the current situation in SPRT a much stronger thesis than what the thesis was in Clove. Wall Street Viking says SPRD has the potential to be a multi-day rummer. What makes AMC special is the community support. I'll hold multiple days because I want hedgy money, not ape money. With it, like I said, SPRT, and this is kind of reiterating what Wall Street Viking just said, does not have the same size or community support that AMC and GME do. I think SPRT is a much shorter play. I'm in it to make some money and I'm going to get out. I'm not going to be diamond handing my SPRT position. I don't think this is one of those things where months later, people are still talking about SPRT. I look at this as an opportunity to make, I've been in it for now, I guess about 2 weeks. I'm looking to make some money. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it into AMC and GME. It's that simple. I am not diamond handing my SPRT position. I'm in it for a trade that is now up borderline, 300%. Great. Now I have thousands of more dollars for AMC and GME. It's honestly that simple. So what's your exit number? I want to see how it reacts to 15. As long as this trend is in track for right now on an intraday basis, I see no reason to get out. I'm just following the trend on this one, and I'm looking for the 70% short interest, all those shorts to get squeezed out. Matt, buying and hodling from Costa Rica and all the other money that I put on into other investments is only to put more money in AMC to the moon. Shout out. Sticky 2K, used my NVIDIA profits earlier this week and took profits of SPRT today and bought them back into AMC. Happy trading, everyone. Sticky 2K, shout out. What do you think about WRAP tech for the long play, first non-lethal weapon for police? Olivia, I don't know much about that. So if you're talking about the long play, I would need to know, like, I'd have to dive into the company's like fundamentals and what it is or isn't trying to do. Yeah, like when you're looking long term, I think that's beyond just like a quick technical breakdown of the chart, because you're in it for the long term. You have to know much more inherently about what the company is or isn't doing. Does it make sense to exercise a call up 55%? If you want the shares, yeah, for sure. You don't necessarily have to exercise. If you just want to take that money and put it into a different play, you could also do that by just selling whatever your option is. Yeah, Crudery, Walmart greeter. I just saw the most shorted stock, and this came out. What was it? Uh, what stock is it? Wait, why doesn't it show? Oh, SPRT. Yeah, I think Ortex was Jay Shorts Hunter. I believe Ortex actually tweeted about that earlier today, that it had various short trading signals on it. Matt, the basketball technical analysis is unreal. Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. All right, AMC, let's get this back above. We're looking at the support, the resistance, roughly 37.20, but they just perfectly walked this down on the day. GME is fighting at its own trend line, and right now, SPRT, it's as simple as it's deciding. They pegged it to $14, and we got to see who's going to win this. Are the buyers going to hold and buy more and push it up, or are the sellers going to start selling, or profit takers or shorts come in and start knocking this down? But like True Demon did say, shorting at this point in time would be very, very difficult because of the high utilization. And on top of that, the fact that the short the threshold list, there's a lot of prime brokers who no longer can even lend the shares out, even if they have technically shares that they could lend out. They're going to be barred from it. Thought I would get my $42 average up and buy Moon Piece for you tonight. Can you give a tech analysis in your opinion on BLNK? BLNK. BLNK, another EV play. Swinging back around, nice double bottom, just below $30. The point to get in was probably yesterday on the swing back up. First, I would watch the resistance at 33.40-ish, and then I would pay attention to 36. What's your other one? Plug. Kind of the same thing, but Plug does look weaker as of now. It's still in a giant downtrend. I would kind of want to see it show a bit more strength. Matt, if every buyer there is a seller and vice versa, then how come there isn't green candles for every red candle? Because that's not what these candles are. The candles are how much the stock moves in whatever time frame you're on. Because remember, these candles are just showing you the price change in whatever time frame, and the price is changing based on what the buyer and the seller agree upon. Right now, if the next buyer and seller in AMC agree at the price is 38.40, you'll see a giant candle because one trade went through all the way up to 38.40. The buyer, every buyer having a seller and every seller have a buyer does not directly correlate to what we're seeing. These bars are just what the price does in whatever time frame you're on. So right now, the price moves in 5 minutes. This is the price movement for every 5-minute bar. You could change it to a 30-minute bar, a 2-hour bar. I think you're trying to connect two things that don't really connect there. Eddie, shout out. Just got out of the hospital, minor surgery, saw my gains on SPRT was up $21,000 on calls, then sold, bought GME and AMC set. $21K inflow into AMC and GME because of SPRT. Shout out. It's crazy. $21,000. That is ludicrous. JD, the MC SPRT is a distraction. You're wrong. Don't know how to put it more simply, but that's just you regurgitating some sort of thing you read or some sort of soundbite. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. I think people are just getting very, very mad that they didn't get those gains, that $21,000 gain. Jealousy is an ugly color, folks. It's an ugly color. Wall Street Viking, any chance we could get a breakdown video on SPRT? I would like to see it. Yeah, with that, I am a little bit concerned because if I do a video, people might not hear my advice and be like, oh, we should chase it. And SPRT is one you're not going to want to chase. As quickly as SPRT is going up, it can that quickly come down. So I don't know. If you're on the sidelines on SPRT right now, this is not the moment to get in. You could be a bag holder. For all we don't know, SPRT, there is a chance that whatever this high is, 1472, that might be the high. And getting in right now, what if it just falls? I don't want to make a video on it necessarily because then people might be like, oh, I should chase this because Matt talked about it. No, do not risk being a bag holder. You can do the technicals, be like, okay, if it bases here at 1360 and we get out of this mini wedge, yeah, there might be some, I guess, truth to that. But for me, I don't know. If I make a video, people are going to go into it and they're not necessarily going to heed my warning of you should not be chasing. Chasing increases your chances of being a bag holder. And if you're a bag holder, you have a horrific risk to reward setup. And that's a situation in which you can lose money. Even right now, you might get lucky. If you buy in here, for all we know, it could base and rip and you might make a ton of money. But that is not enforcing good trading skills. That tells you if you do it, you're going to be like, well, hang on, I made money on that SPRT one by chasing. Maybe I could chase again. And you might get lucky on the next one. You might get lucky on the third one. You might get lucky, but one of these times you're going to chase and it's going to burn you and you're going to lose all of your gains that you made on the other chasing. Right here, SPRT, I've lightly talked about it for now, 2 to 3 weeks. That's how long I've been in it. I've been in it when it was around that $8, $9 mark. I'm not going to chase it now. You want to be the person who's early to the party. It's honestly that simple. You don't chase when it's absurdly green. That's not the way to do this. Not the way to do it. GameStop, 171, AMC, 37, IWM, trying to decide if it's going to, what it's doing on the day. It's kind of roughly in the middle of its range. And then SPRT just broke below 1350. I want more of that, not selling AMC and we'll use profits. Other stocks lift AMC even more. What crypto exchange do you use? I have crypto accounts on Coinbase, Gemini, Voyager, and BlockFi. How did you know to get in at $8? Well, that was exactly what we were talking about, is what's happening with the short interest, the FTDs, the merger. It was just almost like a ticking time bomb of sorts that just was not possible to sustain what they were doing. But with all of that, if you want to know more about the specifics, you missed this specific one. If you want to learn from it, I highly recommend reading True Demons DD about SPRT, support.com. It's on Reddit. You can find it. Check it out, read it, and you'll learn exactly what he was looking at. And then also when I read it, and then when he further explained it to me, I was like, okay, I see what you're seeing. And I thought it was a worthwhile play. So then I pulled the trigger on it. Someone said SPRT is worth $15 a share. There's no squeezing until that. No, we probably witnessed some squeezing today and went up 20%. I mean, you can't say SPRT is worth exactly what people are willing to pay for it. Right now, SPRT is worth $13.45. Thoughts on AMC $75 call September 24th? I would play it one of two ways. If you like the $75, I'd give yourself more time. Or if you like that date, I would play a lower strike price. But that's how I would play it. Went to work today. It was a distraction from AMC. All right. AMC trading just below 37. Jimmy trying to hold 171 in the trend line breakout. True what? I think his name on. Oh, okay, hang on. Demon Daddy. It was whoa, not my DD. The DVD was sent to me by ya boy J313. Sorry, just quick correction. The original DD, which you can find on Reddit, was written by ya boy YABOY J313. You could find that on Reddit. True Demon was who echoed it. My apologies. I thought that you came up with that. Just take credit. But yeah, so it's ya boy J313. You could find that. You can find that on Reddit, in the Reddit world. So whoever you are out there, your boy J313, shout out. You made a lot of people a lot of money. Joey Face, Mmat, we added has promised 250K more of AMC today. See you on the moon. We added. All right. All right, folks. So for me, it is almost my lunchtime, and I also have to go walk those doggos. So here is the dealio. I might stream early. The latest I'm going to start restreaming is 2 p.m. Eastern. So some point between now and in the next 2 hours, I will start streaming again. We'll talk about AMC, GME, IWM, S&P 500, SPRT, crypto, whatever's going on there. The latest I'll start streaming is 2 p.m., but I might start, depending on what's going on, maybe like a half hour early or something along those lines. But I'm going to go grab some lunch, walk the dogs, and I will catch you guys in the afternoon session. I'll tweet out the links for the streams if you want to use that. But overall, awesome day. Awesome. I'm excited to see what the afternoon session brings for all of us. And I will be catching you guys very soon. And remember, from me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.